apologize. Approximately 15 minutes late on day two of the semifinals, but welcome to everybody. If you do enjoy the stream, remember to drop a like. Also, subscribe to the channel and don't forget to turn on that post notification. So, if you don't know, this is Fortnite semifinals day two, Europe. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this is still match one. 58 out of 100 left, and we're probably gonna go to circle number 5 out of 9 now. Let's go, everybody.
DAY2 and Strokey, both incredibly talented players with striker shotguns in hand. They're like magic wands for these players. They just do such beautiful things with them. And of course, they've already traded blows. But who will win the final engagement? It looks like it's in the favor for Strokey right now, and he doesn't want to let up. He wants to keep on moving.
Come on, sit, everybody. Sit. Ayaku, can you hear me?
I am here, yes.
Okay. I'm just gonna put it over to party settings, friends only. Oh, it is on friends only. Okay, cool. Otherwise, the other people will hear us.
Just puts that much more pressure on both these players here, especially with the duos looking in from the zone. But for Strokey, takes some shots here, takes hits, and now it's caused the action to be drawn down on both of these players who are both solos. You can see at the bottom right of the minimap, there's just duos waiting for these players to peak, to begin their rotate. First and second place, and it's not looking good for them.
So Strokey has time on his hands with the floppers. I'm not sure what DAY2's working with. He does have some chug splashes. But ultimately, both of these players have to get to zone at some point. Like, you can't just sit here in the zone forever.
This is people that can really play Fortnite. Like, you saw how I built. I can't build like this for shit.
DAY2 still has a chance to stay in the game, but you can just see all the shots coming in from around, from different sides. He's just having to spend all of his bills to protect himself.
Josie, Andy, the ones applying a majority amount of the pressure here onto DAY2. The issue is, even if he gets in, I mean, the danger isn't going to end. These players know that he's a solo. But the good news, he has pulled 5th zone, the half-in, half-out zone that pulls to a corner of the 4th one, has pulled on the southwest.
Just how ridiculous is this? I mean, the final Storm Circle, or it's like Storm Circle 5 out of 9, the map is basically gone. And there's still 58 players left. DAY2 is going to be absolutely terrible at this point.
It's really a test of people's box fight in mechanics, right? How much work have you been putting in creative to master your piece control, right? Your cone slides and whatnot. Kimberly and Marco, a team that is very proficient in that area. And so we'll see how those eliminations will push them forward, but the extra materials are serving really nice, allowing them to create some space, use it to make an extra bit of a base. For Teak and PKR, they're having to run their way in to the zone, and they've got a long way to go.
The marathon begins for these players that were up north or east of the zone here. The rotates come in, the grapple glove being put to use. But the players that are able to do this rotate using the minimum amount of resources and shield possible are really the ones that are gonna come out on top.
Yuck, and you thought Call of Duty is insane, eh? Can you still hear me?
I can hear you. Yes, this is definitely another level. What a same.
It's not the same, bro. Like, it's tough. Because of the building factor of the game, and you can use zip lines and all this shit, and where you see what happens is, right, they need to basically be above damage level. So you'll see there's this little triangle that pops up that says storm damage. So if they're below hitting damage on opponents, so that means they can't just camp constantly. They keep on losing health until they go above that threshold. So a lot of people get knocked out by lightning because of the storm's lightning inside the actual storm. It's crazy. Oh, beautiful. What a find.
It might not be worth it to take it. The good news is you can harpoon up loot, and if you play out as a solo, you will be able to get that mobility or even get up ahead and cover your duo. But now switching over, Junata Stompy way below the storm surge here, 344, as they aggressively look for tags. The sweat drops
Whoa.
to the ground.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a smoke, bro. Enjoy. I'll be back shortly.
They need to do damage.
They're looking for tanks, but they need a miracle. Even sitting here, if there are players, it's nowhere going to be near enough to get them up above Surge. They still need to do more, even after connecting with some big damage there from Stompy. They need to keep on moving into the safe zone, and they need to find some more damage. Klimmery and Marco, though, they're currently sitting up above, watching down on everybody else.
Squeeze put aside, get ahead of the zone. Great positioning for this duo here. Both grouped up together. They only have one charge left, though, on the grapple glove, so that difficult rotate has caused less charges. As now H and Mr. Savage do have a good amount of loot, good amount of resources. And even the positioning allows them to look back, allows them to take those shots and do that damage needed. Even peeking up at the high ground. And Stompy, though, goes down. Junata now as well, incredibly low. Only 9 HP to work with. You could just blow onto this player and he would go down.
JJ2 and Aware maybe just might be the ones to steal high ground away. For Judo as a solo down below, 9 HP is not much to work with by any means, especially with 0 materials, and so he has to rely on his instinct, he has to rely on his aim.
H and Mr. Savage even more confident now as they've secured another elimination. Dropping down, though, might be considering the low ground here. High ground looked a little dangerous. The constant changes in elevation is increasing the danger for these players as Junata is still up. Just one little pebble would cause him to trip and fall here, but with 9 HP, he tries popping the bandage, goes down. Marco and Klimbury do have the high ground.
He wanted to get out of their line of sight, but Marco switched up the angles and caught him out. Older looking to catch people out below him, and it's actually Teak, the Polish person that has to stay out of the way. Older still, though, looking around. The Siptos down below on such low HP. He does have his teammate with him, but I don't know what DKS really can do for me. He needs to give him the medbis, needs to give him a mini and allow him to get back up.
He might just have thought to Siptos, it's the end for you, my friend. I'm using this medbis to stay in zone. Alder takes down 1, Splash with 3 eliminations. Alder with 4. They are looking incredibly powerful here as Squeeze and Put Aside as well. 4 eliminations for the duo, 32 points, and they continue to rack them up.
The Frenchies are on the hunt. They are not giving up by any means. The same could be said here for H and Mr. Savage. Could this be their moment? They aren't going to be up on high, but they are looking towards the low. And if they get some space in the front side of the zone, the opportunities will arise. And so now it's about them instincts, it's about them aim, and it's about staying true. Marco and Klimbury, they've had such an easy ride on height, but it's nothing but easy for these guys down below. With H hitting shots like that, they have a chance. They have the fighting stance, and X-Squeeze and Podesai will look to try and stop them.
So many duos still up, going strong. Squeeze takes a big shot, but connects onto him as well. He goes down now. Reese and Noah Rayleigh go straight into the action, get a piece of that.
What did I miss, Yaku? What did I miss?
As they continue to raid through this low ground, but up above, the shots are coming in. They have to be careful. Mr. Savage and H are the
Oh man, don't ask me what's going on here. Oh, I see, just flashing lights and buildings going up. That's all I can understand from this.
Oh, 6 players left. Oh, who's gonna take it? Who's gonna take it?
They've gotten some maps to refresh them as well. They can continue to sit here on high.
Mr. Savage for elimination.
Oh, Mr. Savage is back. Yo, yesterday performed so well in round 4 and 5. It was absolutely insane.
The duo that takes this victory royale will be going to the finals.
Come on, let's give Mr. Savage a go. He needs to take it. He deserves it. After that playoff yesterday, he really deserves that final spot immediately.
Down below, the zone is moving up over here, and Klimbury and Marco need to realize the opportunity to crush them down.
Come on, crush Kimberly, kill them.
But their dreams are slowly being shattered in front of their eyes.
There we go, bring them down to your level, bring them down.
They just need to stay composed.
Oh, you're in the storm, you fuck, you fuck.
Both players
Woo!
up. H goes down.
Oh, H is down, 1 versus down. Come on, Mr. Savage. Yeah! Oh, shit. Marco connects it. Mr. Savage once again second, bro. Oh. What a play. What a play. Just imagine playing that same sessions that we just played, normal squads, and then having people built like this while you play.
Oh, we'll be so freaking intimidated. Like, what's going on here?
Eliminated 100. That's how it feels, bro. It's like, what the hell?
Any team playing in these games, game 1, come in, get out. That's the only have achieved that. They can now sit back, relax, and watch the rest of the day.
No, somebody came and come on, sit next to me. Don't sit in front of the stream, bro.
But the
Thank you.
Thing that I love, and it is Zeke and the analyst. So let's throw it over to them so they can break it down.
Oh, gotta stop.
Wow.
I said my name, not your guy, so I'm his.
We're the analyst.
That's the thing.
Game number. Okay, game number 1. Finals day number 2. In a lot of ways, reminding me of games coming out of yesterday. You can really tell a lot of these duos.
Just imagine the type of money if you're the main host for FNCS you make.
Absolutely, and you know, we looked at the names that were in the top 3, the last 3 alive there. Teak and PKR was the 3rd one that went down. It's kind of just like, I always use the term disruptor, I feel like, a lot. Because it's him, he has the opportunity.
Come on, Europe, fix your bloody
He
stream.
can really chunk some HP out with Savage in hand. But in all honesty, this game didn't end up really doing too much. He just went down in zone after that. But of course,
I think if you sit on the side where I'm sitting, it's a nice view.
Let me see if I move up a little bit. And let's see. I'm coming to you. Kind of sideways. Let's see if my character. Yeah, my character is out of the way. It's not bad. Not bad at all.
It was more than the 76 average we saw yesterday, so they were definitely set up really nicely.
That's right. We got to remind ourselves of that final few moments. H and Mr. Savage looking for a victory out, which could have been absolutely crazy, but it's not them. It's Marco that comes out.
Not gonna lie, I almost lost an entire meal. Damn cat almost stole an entire chicken.
Your cat.
Not my cat, it's not even my cat.
Oh god, dude. You got an infestation there.
More importantly, I think for
Your neighbor's cat.
the real
Neighbor's
standout
not
for
here.
them was right towards the end
cat
of
is.
fourth zone, start of fifth zone. We actually
Oh, that damage. Oh.
He was able to get full mat and resources. So when you have full builds, by the time he was able to take over the high ground, it was just impossible, I think, for any of these other teams to challenge them inside of that first moving zone.
Yeah, we talked about a bunch of the players down below have significantly less materials. They're up on height with almost capped all the way through, and it's an easy victorial. Of course,
Yeah, 43 points on the first match.
They're out. They're going
They got 7 eliminations, bro. 43 kill match.
We're playing for that top 6, okay? At the end of the 6 games today, anyone in the top 6 will also join on that battle bus heading on to finals. After game number 1, still pretty close. It's not that crazy, right? We haven't seen teams pull away. Everyone's kind of settling in for these next 5 games.
I think so, and of course, a smile on your face, a smile on my face, and a smile on Zeke's face for H and Mr. Savage up in first. Even though the emoticon next to his name is not as a kind of unhappy face, right now I'm sure they're cheesing.
No, they have to be. I mean, it's not that first place finish that they were hoping for, obviously, in game number 1, but at the same time, you can't complain when you're still getting off to such a strong start here. Not only that, but you could really see the momentum take over here from Mr. Savage and H. For a moment, it looked as though Packer and Teep were going to try and control the low ground, but as soon as H and Mr. Savage worked their way in there, it seemed as though they were unstoppable underneath.
That's it, and I love the fact that we're finally seeing teamwork, right? You know, I don't even bring this up because we've said it every qualifier, now every semi-final.
But you saw them together.
I saw them together, and I love this. When you see 2 of the best individual players in the world working as a team like that, like they're almost unstoppable. If we see this every single game from now on, that's a straight ticket to qualification city.
Definitely,
You know,
definitely.
We are feeling good because our predictions are in the top 5. Wow, where's everybody else's prediction? Not in the top 5 right now. Haha, Reese.
No one cares because it's all that matters the Victory Royale. And guess what? That's still more points than if you come in the top 6, of course. Another team we want to look at here. Someone that we should have predicted is Xwiz and Podesai, right? We see them in 7th place now. Now, if we remember back, right, these are the French teams that are playing in. Both of these 2 duos from the previous seasons won Qualifier 2, which is Andalex and Snazy. That's who used to team up with these 2 individually. Right. So now, I think these guys have a lot to prove coming into semi-finals day 2. They're like, our teammates did good. Were we the problem in these fights that we weren't doing good last season? So I think now they're starting to step things up a bit.
Not only that, but yesterday even in semifinals number 1 was not the greatest showings for this duo, so I can definitely see why they would want to kind of remind everybody else that their experience isn't a fraud. They can definitely compete.
I mean, they are like star-studded duo. Xwiz has made every single FNCS Finals -1. There's only 5 people out there who have done that. So if he does not manage to get into a top 6, that's like the end of an era for what's really like a secure list in EU.
That's right, man. You know he's capable of it. He just has to get 1 game. We just need a victory royale or place top 6, and if not, we have another day tomorrow to do the same. Buckle up, though. We're here for game number 2 of the FNCS semifinals.
Here we go. Here we go.
Game 2.
Thank you very much, Zeke. We are super excited to hop right back into the action. Game 1 certainly didn't disappoint, and I'm sure the players are ready to go right back at it.
Look, every game today, it's always going to be nerve-wracking, because even if you're on the bottom of the leaderboard, all you need is that victory royale. Reese brought it up, you know, Zeke was saying, see Andy, Joe, where are they? Hee hee ha ha, but you've got to wait, all right? It's about that victory royale. It's about what they do in the late game.
I love the Zeke impression, by the way. That's probably my favorite part about today so far, but I'm sure there will be plenty of top action to come as well, because ultimately a lot of these players understand what is needed, right? We're seeing these crazy fights. I'm sure the pacing of the games has been just as exhilarating for them as it has been for us, but I think the big thing is keeping your cool in some of those moments. It can be incredibly difficult at times when you're going back and forth, still just trying to track your damage, do it all throughout the game. It's so hard.
And what is needed is at an all-time high, right, Levin? The battle bus is ready. The thrusters are pumping out the flames, and the players are going to begin dropping. But with the amount of mechanical skill you need now to stay on top with the new Storm Surge, I mean, you have to be the best of the best mechanically in your region.
Well, thankfully, we have a lot of the best of the best.
Yeah, just look at them jump.
And we're hopping right on in.
Just look at them jump.
Players are dropping out of the battle bus. And once again, we take a look at some of the best off-spawn action in the world of Fortnite. Who will win off-spawn here? Last time it was Stumpy and June actually swerved.
Oh my goodness. If you see one of those star peak axes, you should probably run. It's usually a sweat.
I'm sure these two teams will look to try and fight.
Look, you might be asking yourself, why are both duos dropping here when there's a bar and I can loot as well? There's more loot in that building, which would give an advantage to the duo that gets it. But just like advantages in Chonker's Speedway, there's the same thing going on here as Destru. With almost full HP to work with, but no materials, he has to be careful.
Destru and 185 here.
Oh shit.
They won off spawn last time round against Floki.
Come on, you guys need to destroy those bricks behind you. Come on, pick it up.
We've seen them at Chonkers all chapter long. We know that they're a team CS final. They have that type of quality, but they've not been able to have any success so far, really, in the FNCS. But winning off spawn is going to be the first step to getting there.
Come on, drop the box below you. Drop the box below you. Box it up. Box it up.
Break the metal, the materials that spawn with that much more HP than wood, as they continue to just play it a bit slowly. But looking at Mr. Savage, it looked like it got
there you go, Mr. Savage.
Come out on top, though, has 2 eliminations, so the players have gone down. However, with Mr. Savage down, that was definitely a stressful situation.
And that's a real good thing for them, right? Being able to get that initial damage off spawn is nice. It allows them to maybe play a more slow-tempered game, look for better positions in the zone. They do have a ways to go to get there, just outside of Tilted. And so a really nice start winning off spawn there for Destru and 185. They'll be hoping their off spawn battle closes out soon. Of course, in the distance, Till and Cosmo are looking to try.
Come on, Destru, move up.
Down below. It is just a waiting game.
Here in the Chonker Speedway, it's looking incredibly difficult with so many duos close by. Even the one that's in an engagement right now, Floki Clement and his opponents, whichever one comes out on top here, will have to face yet another duo that's on the southern side of Chonkers, just kind of waiting, letting them battle it out, kind of keeping their eye on them like a hawk from afar. But I feel like these players have realized that and decided maybe it's not worth it to take this engagement yet. Have this engaged. They've done enough damage, not for Storm Surge, but for the position they're in now.
They've not done anywhere near enough damage, man. I don't know what you're on about. They still have plenty more damage to do. I think the big thing is not griefing your game. They've already experienced, Floki and Clement have already experienced what it feels like to not even get to play this game. They don't want to do that again. Similar situation over towards the Reality Falls as what we saw in the first game, except this time round, Faki will be here to fight with Free Mock. But who will come out victorious? High Chris and Vortex, sorry, will try and do their best, but backing off just for the moment. Both teams, again, 2 strong fighting teams, to say the least.
And that's the danger, right, of going against some titans in the European region. It's where if you're both so skilled, I mean, it's going to be difficult to take home all 6 of those matches, but Andy and Joe have that confidence and they're willing to take the risk.
Oh, beautiful.
Down one. That's one elimination on the board. And now, even though they're not contested, they're still hungry for those eliminations.
And that's the thing, right? Of course, yesterday, when they were contested and they won off spawn, that's so much damage done, right? Instantly, you just have at least 200, potentially even more, depending if your opponents had shield. And so without that, they're going to have to be a bit more aggressive in the earlier phase of this game. And I guess it's very unfortunate for Yakko and Karma, right? They won't be too happy about that, but nevertheless, it's what's just going to happen.
Yeah, I actually watched Wave yesterday, and these two were cracking it. If only they put a little bit more pressure, had a little bit more match, they could have definitely hit a spot on that one.
To take that early game risk. Switching over to another duo, which is looking similar here, DKS to Siptos. So they're feeling good.
Oh!
Shots from afar. But we do have Mini Miner that wants to talk a little bit about what we might not have seen.
Thank you so much, Takata. Now we have a little bit of a recap. Of course, Pixie winning off spawn. So some of the things we missed, getting that SMG and off spawn. Of course, Pixie and Fork did end up winning this off spawn fight. And of course, we hopped on board with H and Mr. Savage. And H does, in fact, get the reboot off. Mr. Savage almost down to 1 HP out of the air, but he makes it just out.
Damn, Mr. Savage is back again. This guy's crazy. This guy's crazy. 1 HP, bro.
That we might not have seen on the screen here, and kind of get to see what happened while we were looking at another engagement. As H and Mr. Savage were able to recuperate that danger from the early game.
We do have a replay here from Jude, picking up a nice little shot there.
Oh, to the skies go!
Celebrations when the level of play is that intense and that personal between the teams. But this is a team who certainly has what it takes to qualify. Stompy, one of the most tenured professional players in EU. He's achieved so much and looking to make it to another FNCS final along with Duke.
One elimination on the board already for Put Aside here as they continue to farm up their medal. A key aspect to these early and mid games is normally once you already begin your rotation and you've left your POI, your drop spot, it's going to be a lot more difficult to find that medal. So you want to have that almost maxed out when you begin to rotate, as Stompy and Junata now want to max out their damage. It's not enough for the elimination, but having that one elimination already has given this engagement 231.
Hit him. Oh, one more shot, come on.
This is the first one.
Come on, focus up, dude. Focus up. Oh, he shot him.
27 is enough.
Oh.
Here goes down.
Yeah, Dandy, for a player with no build, he lasted quite a while there. Stompy, I was bigging you up there.
Oh, that was a close one.
Big you up like that, you're missing the shots.
I still can't believe he missed that shot. Wow, how the hell? He doesn't miss. Usually it's spot on hit.
Positioned here on top of the Bugle volcano. And that gives them a lot of lines.
Oh.
There's going to be so many players coming from the sort of southwest of the map, rotating in towards this general Bugle area. And so with them sitting that high up, there should be plenty of opportunity to deal damage to players, get ahead on Storm Surge.
Look at that too, Levin. The one vehicle on the map, JJ2, finding it here at the Jonesies. It can appear on the map. Sometimes.
Oh my god, that Jonesy. Well, Jonesy's.
We'll switch back over to Mikeson. 7th on the leaderboard currently, 28 points. Just one more placement away from top 6, which is that cutoff to qualify you to the finals. However, that qualification will be seen after all matches are played out, so we'll see how they hold up in the upcoming ones.
Nixon and Arta were a team that, although they didn't qualify yesterday, they looked good. They had one of the best average placements in the lobby of teams who didn't qualify, if not the best actually, maybe potentially. And they showed a real good understanding at times of, you know, good positions for Surge, getting up on the right hills. I think it's all about being able to piece that together in some of the end games. For Alder and Splash, I don't think you can sit in the zone forever. So I know it's become a bit of a trend this chapter for teams to try and outhill in the zone, but you got to get to zone, my friends. Podesai and Sweez in the zone, ready and waiting, just that Coney.
Whoa, so many teams still out in the purple.
Does end up closing on the northeast side of the map. They have a little portion of Daily Bugle inside. However, a little unlikely that it'll close in the Bugle, but I'd love to see an end game there. They're always interesting. Constant changes of elevation. And Noah Rayleigh as well here. For a second, I thought he might have lost his duo partner, but no. They're just split up.
It's interesting seeing the
Hey Noah, build up.
With the zone pulling over towards the northeast, a lot of teams would read that and sort of...
I would really like Noah or Mr. Savage to take this one. I definitely want one of those two to take it.
With that zone being a team that lands in that area, but staying near that congested side as they know they want to take some fights, get some surge.
Oh Noah, you need to get up, bro.
And back on his way to the zone.
There we go. Get up.
Continue the fireworks. Getting lit off. Explosions might scare these opponents, but don't worry, it's just a show. A little bit of a distraction.
That is quite a distraction. The other day I nearly got a heart attack. I was on my own in a squad match playing solo squads. And then all of a sudden there's been an event. Fireworks start going off and I thought to myself, oh god, all of Fortnite's raining down on me.
They're very aware of the aggression and they do not want to let themselves fall down.
Clement and Foki, a chance to actually play a game out is so big for them. Not going down or spawn this time. The problem is, look at what they're working with. Floki, Clement, the loot is not looking great. The mats are not looking great either.
Anything's possible though, Levin. All they need is that one engagement to refresh everything back up. The issue is you have to come out on top in that engagement, so we'll see if they're able to do that. Raise in here.
Oh, what a box up. Kill him. Oh, down, kill him. Oh.
With the upper edge against Fork and his duo partner.
123 above.
That one elimination.
Storm's not gonna mess them up for now, at least.
But if Pixie can get out, that would be huge as well. The zone is closing, so Raisin and Pena do not.
Come on, Raisin, push up.
As it's not worth that one single elimination, they decide maybe it's a bit better to take a further rotate here. There are duos looking back in the zone, and they want to pick the correct path back into it.
Ziandi and Joe, what does their path look like to a victory royale? They have to go north, of course, over towards these sort of Monument Islands. Maybe gonna have to take a bit of a swim, look for a rift. Might be the play. But if they are gonna go for that, they need to make sure they don't get shot out of the sky. They do have grapple gloves, which is always a big positive, a big bonus.
Oh, nice.
A couple shots from Joe and they will be above, just barely.
At least they're above, at least they're not gonna hit by a storm.
Waiting for them to slip up and strike.
Come on boys, this is storm circle number 2.
Rotating fully east, whereas a majority of the players are on the west side, rotating in from their POIs and their drop spots. And being below surge in that situation can be a bit risky, but with such an open environment in the zone, so much water, so much flat land, hopefully they are able to find those tags. But for a duo that's still making their rotate in, more north here, Splash and Alder, 115 below, not even in zone yet. This is a position that you have to find a way out of.
Alder and Splash.
You need some damage, bro, and fast. 59 below, not bad though, not bad. 74 below, okay, now it's getting bad. No, come on, Fortnite. God, I hate it. What? Are they streaming this from Twitch?
Actual safe zone.
It's funny, as now we switch over to the players that are in the zone, but still in need of that damage. 46 above, but Kiddo gonna go down, leaving.
Oh!
Partner to play alone, JJ2 as well in the same situation. Where has gone down 700.
You need to move, bro. You need to move.
Got the damage, but this is a common trend that we're seeing. You get that damage, you get those tags, but you lose a player. On the good news for Aware and JJ2, the knock is still down. The revive is a possibility. But now Top G.
Come on, get him. Oh God, Europe.
To get an elimination, but he has to be careful.
Come on, stop it.
JJ2 will do his best by hitting some shots. and connecting onto U Street. Just wasn't unable to stay up in that situation. Desperate times. But JJ2 in aware. Stay cool. Swag and Pab. We saw them last game and they did falter. And so now a repeat, a chance to go again. But will they fall to the same mistakes?
Swag and Pub Nada. You can see at the bottom right the cluster of players on the line of the zone. There's so many, and all of them having to rotate. Meanwhile, looking for that damage, the moving zone begins. It gets smaller and smaller. The players now forced out of their homes. They have to rotate. They have to change the position here. Some of them playing it out as a solo, like we saw where it went down. JJ
Hola.
worry about damage. Luckily enough,
Yaku, yo.
that he can use to not worry as much about his rotate. His swag as well, making use of them. Gets in, doesn't have shields though. Not even to recuperate what he's lost. Is Floki and Clement.
Was like OP.
And with so many duos in the
Come on.
This whole cluster, this whole region of the map has
move.
Dangerous.
Yeah, and Pab and Swag down below on Surge.
Come on, bro. You're 22 below. You need to hit that shot.
This time they are below. And they need to try find something, but with no shields, this is just one of the worst situations you can find yourself in as a player in these kind of lobbies.
Come on, you need to hit a shot. Come on.
Back at them. So far, the bullets have slowed down. Not as many shots being made in that region. However, on an island here, Stormy right default.
Oh, close up.
They want some of that. They want to get in, knocking on the doors of their opponents, seeing if anybody's home. As default, taking different angles, going above. It's a bit safer here.
Oh,
duos.
Watch out.
There still are duos. The zone's already so small. I mean, we're in 4th zone now. These players have to figure out something.
54 players once again in zone 4.
Pulling. The majority of it is actually in water. There is a tiny amount of it that is on land. It is just on the shore of this beach here. Fortunately for Mr. Savage and H.
Oh, there we go. There we go. Crack it. Oh, come on, Europe.
On this shore as well. But it's Fortnite, right? Who knows? Maybe we'll go towards the southwest.
There we go. 28. Oh, build up.
Going to be a very good thing for that team.
Watch out for that gas can, bro. One shot and you're gone.
They need to get to in the next couple of seconds.
What I find interesting here, looking at the map, is that a majority of the players are now up north and west.
X Dark Shot YouTube just having a ball over here. Get out of the screen, man. Get out of the screen. Yeah, goodbye.
Might have actually just done a great job here. Still with a lot of resources, a lot of shields, even materials. They've made it into the zone, even possibly opened a path for other duos like Put Aside.
Yeah, get on that water. Claim the water. Go up.
As now they base up on top of them, but you have to be careful. Teak is looking around.
Oh.
He connects the shot, but it's not enough to be worth it to play that much more aggressively. Only 21 below, above, going up to 174 though. The damage has been dealt, but more has to come.
Teak and PKR taking a moment to breathe, get their HP back up, and players now all starting to congregate in these same areas. It's very easy to get squished out by a team up above you or even below you in some cases. For Podesai and Swedes, the key is going to be finding an opportunity for a refresh that doesn't cost too much. Podesai's materials simply aren't enough moving forward into this game, and he has his eyes spotted on some loot. He realizes that
crack it.
And so looking to try pounce on them, take some shots towards them. Painter does fall, but I don't think that loot's going to be retrievable. Andy and Joe up above the rest of these guys, and this is a great spot for them, especially if they can pull the zone.
Oh, he's down. Oh, he's gone. That was beautiful.
Similarly to a harpoon to pick up their loot. We'll have to see where this zone closes.
Yeah, and you saw below it, Swedes did look for the loot, so they wanted an opportunity and they did find one. We'll see whether they can use whatever they got from that further in the game, but a very nice find for Joe, Enzi, Andy, and the Swedes and Podesai. Mixon and Arthur, though, they are the ones that were fortunate enough. The zone didn't pull up where I wanted it to, but it did pull towards the west, so still a lot to play with for Mixon and Arthur. That's a very nice spot.
Long ways to go for a lot of these players now. The ones with grapple gloves, it's not going to be as difficult for them. However, there is water. You can choose, turn into a sea creature there, swim a little bit. However, it could be incredibly risky if there are players keeping an eye on the lower part of the map. But the good news is, you begin your rotate as
Oh, beautiful 23.
a lot of the vision will be up above and those players flying to the skies.
Look at all the players though, in the water having to swim their way on in. They're going to have so many people just looking at them. They need to just hope that they aren't the unlucky ones. See, Andy!
Oh!
Down. X-Squeeze is the one to take him out. How has this happened? It seems that X-Squeeze and Podeside and Frenchies have sort of pulled a number on them, and they now have the grapple gloves. Joe is there in the zone, but he's such low HP. Everything's gone wrong for that duo.
They had so much of an advantage, but that all got crushed down as the opposing duo X-Squeeze and put aside.
Oh!
Not sure what they were able to do, but whatever they did, Levin, it worked.
No, Riley and Reason need to start getting into zone as well. They've sort of just waited. They don't have a long way to go like some of the other teams, so they should be all right. Mr. Savage and Hen, or H, sorry, they're trying their best in this game. We saw how close they were last time round. Maybe a repeat performance for them. Already 3 eliminations in this one, all at the hands of H. But things aren't looking too bad. PKR and Teak, they're searching. If a refresh comes to them, I'm sure they would happily take it. The materials aren't looking too good. They could definitely do with a refresh. In fact, they need a refresh with the match. Teak is working.
Oh, break him. Ooh, he's out.
He walks back into a box that doesn't belong to himself, and eventually will get out of dodge. But there was some loot there. There was some mats. I don't think they were able to retrieve them though. PKR now pushing his way through, and looks like he was able to get some stuff.
They might have just found that pot of gold that they needed to recuperate those materials. Hopefully they were enough, as now Mike's and Arter do have the high ground here, but with first moving, pulling north, it just gives them that much more.
Nice. 520 above.
You know that they're going to be
Yeah.
force here up above, but you got to be careful.
That high ground is going to give them a proper advantage, especially with that damage. Hey, that was a wave. Oh my god. Come on, Mr. Savage. Oh, there we go, Mr. Savage.
But this team is now just one player, Mr. Savage, all alone, having to clutch up.
Oh, God, man. Where's that dual partner of you when you need him?
The high ground, the sky is now Destru and 185 in the mid ground, trying to decide what they want to do. They do have those grapple gloves, so they don't want to go too low, but JJ2 continuing it out, and where it did go down previously, and now great job so far.
Oh, beautiful.
And now he has that opportunity to look back and do a bit of damage.
Okay. Get above.
Very, very difficult.
Oh, nice.
It seems like they have their eyes on something. They've been able to sniff out a bit of some weak players. Cosmo and Till will be the other ones on the side of that armored wall, but they're trying to defend for themselves. But
Oh, God. Oh. PKR, you're in trouble. You need to move. Box up and move.
So he has to find an opening. He has to find a way to recuperate those materials as X-Squeeze has lost put aside, has those 2 eliminations, but only one more use of his grapple glove. Takes the shot, takes the
Oh, beautiful.
go for that loot. He has to make the decision quickly. He does not a lot of time to work with.
Come on. There we go. Come on, spray up. Oh, lovely.
He is fighting for his life right now, and he's fighting hard.
What the fuck even, boys?
He needs to connect big. Tuan and Kai still up on height. They need to start going down though. With just wood, it's going to be very, very hard to hold it. The grapple glove will come in clutch, allows them to get to the front side, but there's players contesting for it as well.
And they're keeping it. They stay ahead. They keep building up, but now the builds can't come in.
Oh!
He's lost his materials, but with that elimination, brings them right back up now with 25 builds.
Oh!
Good here. Has to be careful. There's a lot of opponents close by. Hits the shot though.
Oh, down, kill. Oof.
Here down below, the 1 versus 1 has to come in as the high ground is still being battled.
You know what? Trying to play in the zone, but it's not looking good at all. Gets shot and has to build in. And with not many materials left, it's all a matter of timing for him. Continually now, just crack down, no shields, no HP left. He's back to the lobby. Destru is still alive as a solo with Cosmo.
Oh,
Destru
good.
picking one up.
There we go. There we go.
And he's looking up to height, and they know what they need to do is the 1v1. Tuan against Destru down below.
6 eliminations for Tuan, looking to make it 7. He has that position.
Come on, come on, come on.
He needs to finish it off with the elimination. The zone keeps closing. Destru has 12 builds. He can stay up a bit. Has 3 floppers as well, but it's all about the Victory Royale. It's getting that ticket to the finals, and both players now continuing to rotate. The zone pulling up the hill, giving that bit of advantage to Tuan, and now with only 2 materials to work with, he does have the upper edge up above, but with not any materials to work with, it could force disengagement, and that's exactly what's going to happen.
They're both playing in the zone right now. They realize they need to use the builds that are available for them, and eventually looking for the trade. Tuan will run back into zone.
Oh!
He gets destroyed by Destru, who rolls through and hits the crucial shot.
What?
To win again.
Turn his back to a demon. It was not the play you wanted to see. Going down to Destru, and
Oh, that was a bloody second match, boys. Woo!
The courage, right, to try and run into zone as you realize you do not have the facilities to stay up, but Destru was aware. He was ready, and he struck at the perfect moment. Tuan just couldn't quite find the shot as he dropped down there, and it wasn't the trade he was looking for, but eventually it was done and out. And so now Destru and only 185 here will be the ones to move to the final.
great job for that duo. Unfortunate for Tuan. He had everything except for one thing. He had the loot, he had the shields, he had the position, but he was missing the materials, and that is what costed it.
Sometimes all you need is a couple materials. Look, I'm sure he'll be ready to go again with all that in mind. But for the meantime, we have to throw it to the death, the analyst, to break it all down.
Thank you guys so much. Fantastic cast as always. My goodness. Game number 2. Semifinals. Day number 2. A lot of things already going down in just the first 2 games.
So much going down.
One of the trends we've seen actually is when we're looking off spawn at Hen and Savage, or H Savage. I'll give him the credit for that one. And if we've seen, so far it's a 50-50 between, we've seen Vixes, there we go. His name's always, I had to ask him how to pronounce his name. There's a lot of different letters in there anyway. The whole point is, we've been seeing this going down off spawn repeatedly, but this was the game actually that Savage ended up getting rebooted. So this is him back in the game. They managed to do a really good job of, in that early and mid-game, recuperating from what was a rough fight off spawn. But unfortunately, of course, didn't go their way.
Still had a lot of factors working against them, I believe. And not only that, but Mr. Savage, he tried to hold on for as long as he could. Not a terrible finish either for this dynamic duo. I mean, still managing to find at least 4 elims before actually getting taken out is still going to leave them in a nice spot here in standings.
Absolutely, 14th as well. Can't complain about that. Remember, they were obviously first coming into this game, so that's still more points, right? A 14th isn't that bad. It's not the best, but it's not the worst.
That's right. Of course, Destru and only 185 here did find themselves the Victory Royale. Now, they kind of were sitting in one of those top 6 slots, right? So now they've kind of moved up. We'll see the standings a little bit shift as well, but hey, they're going to the finals.
Of course they are, and I'm telling you right now, if you watch in the bottom left, see only 185 going down, and if that was true, if he was living up to the name, I'm sorry, he's not losing that engagement on high ground there, because that was actually almost what lost him the game, because of course the opponent he was going against was Toon, who was up on height, who was the one that ended up 1v1ing right here against Destru. So it was all kind of a little chain reaction where losing your teammates to the player up on height who had a bunch of materials could have gone pretty badly for him. But of course, Destru clutched it up there.
Yeah, excellent awareness, I think, underneath those tarps as well, really utilizing some of that low ground that had already been placed in front of him. But I think most importantly of all, it's just the awareness. When you're actually trying to challenge somebody from up above, and then you're waiting for the actual drop down potential, Onyx had the right idea, but ultimately, I think that Destru just had full control.
And there you go. Because of that, they win game number 2. Remember, a Victory Royale will send you and your duo right to finals. Everyone else playing for top 6. We have 4 more games to go, but we turn our attention to those standing. Hey. We're gonna high five over there because
Air five it. Just air five.
That's
it.
right.
Come on.
We knew.
Good job. Currently, Noah Riley and Reason, my prediction, doing pretty well. H, Mr. Savage, not that far behind. Reese, how are you feeling about the top 6 so far? I know we have 4 more games, but so far.
I'm liking the top 6 because when you look at some of the names we have here, it's like some of the biggest and well-known players within EU. Noah Rayleigh, Reason, H, Savage, Podesai, X-Reese, Teak, and PKR. Like the top 4 right now are probably the most well-known players in the semi-finals, and they're all performing already.
It's literally players that you would almost expect naturally to make it into the finals as is. And, well, if they keep maintaining this sort of pacing, they might just solidify for themselves, even if they're not able to close out with victory royales overall. But as for everybody else, I think 5th through 10th and even moving into the 11th place positions and onwards could be interesting because we're about to hit that halfway point here. And so I think that this is really where some of these teams that aren't necessarily finding themselves too high up in the standings now need to really try and figure it out because you don't want to waste more time.
Definitely. And, you know, I'm looking up the top leaderboard. I'm seeing Noah Rayleigh and Reason. These are 2 players, like, if I was playing, I would be scared of. I actually played a solo Cash Cup game once, and I remember seeing in the elimination feed, I just see Noah Rayleigh. Like, I ain't leaving this bush, right? But they're absolutely nuts. They're 2 of the best fighters in the entire region. And obviously, don't base it off how they go against me. Base it off how they play against players who can actually play, right? And right now, they are absolutely showing up.
And there's something about set lobbies that kind of just invigorates some of these duos to want to perform even more so, because it's one thing to be around for a while, it's another to consistently find yourselves at the top of the leaderboards.
Well, the thing is, they haven't shown up until now, which is a real surprise, and I love the fact that we're finally seeing it, because like I mentioned, 2 of my favorite players and 2 of the best on EU.
That's right, another subset of duos as well, PKR. I mean, Teak, they seem to be holding strong right now, 4, right? Moving up even 1. And that was, remember, because this last duo, they were in that top 6. They went ahead, qualified, which means everyone else moves up.
Absolutely. So that's a big, big no for them. But I think intentionally what we've seen so far is, you know, we saw before, this was a 3rd place finish for them in game number 1 where it was PKR as a solo. Again here, PKR as a solo at the end of this match too. So I'm kind of loving the fact that we're seeing the consistency from at least PKR on the side, because he's getting the limelight. He's getting the praise, because when you look at the duo, look at Teak, ex-FNCS champion, you go, this guy's amazing. But, you know, you got to put some respect on PKR's name as well.
Oh, yeah, no, PKR, he was cooking that kebab. I mean, instantly did not stand a chance there. And that refresh actually helped him stay alive just a little bit longer, and every single point counts at this.
Cooking that kebab, man. I just can't. Anyway, that's just the first 2 games. 4 more on deck. Now, after this, we'll reach that halfway point. This is game number 3 of the FNCS.
Game 3.
2 games down, but a whole lot more of action to be seen today, from the victory royales coming from above to the 1 versus 1, high ground versus low ground. We are seeing a lot of engagements, but we're also seeing a lot of use of resources. These players, these duos, they're running out quickly.
Look, it's the age-old story in Fortnite. I think the big thing for the rest of the teams who are still yet to qualify is what changes around the map, right? We've had a couple of teams now leave the server completely and show the rest of the lobby how it's done, but who now is ready to step up?
That's the question. Who is ready? Who has adapted? Who has put in the work needed behind the scenes to come out on top in these matches? The battle bus is getting ready. These players are getting ready. After 2 matches, I'd hope that they're already in their game. You know, maybe game 1, you're a little shaky, you're getting warmed up, but 2 games in, you know the blood's pumping and you know the momentum is getting built up.
I think one of the big things is we see just how quickly things can change. We've seen teams in good setups, good positions with all the resources necessary, and in a couple of moments, everything falls, right? 0 to 100, 100 to 0, it seems. And so can you keep your cool when you have the right setup, when you have the right circumstances to push for a victory royale? Can you stay away from maybe some of the shambles teams who are hungry and knocking at your door?
It's all about knowing the risk factor, right? Depending on the loot you have, depending on what you need, is it worth the risk? Do you have what is needed to play it out? Play the whole end game, go for the high ground. Do you really need that little bit extra amount of maybe materials, a few shields, or even just you want the elim points? You have to be careful. You have to think and make these decisions as quickly as possible.
And look, if you don't, do you have what it takes to win the fight to get there? We see these teams jumping into boxes right when they're down on surge, it's starting to tick away. Do you have what it takes to actually win that fight? That is going to be the big question for teams.
I know these players are deciding what's the right strategy, what's the thing to do, and with 2 games in, the good news is you still have an option. You still have the opportunity to change and adapt to what your opponents have been doing, to what's been happening around the map, your rotates, your loop path. You have time to change, but you don't want it to be a change that is so large that it makes you have your downfall.
Look, we have all the excitement in the world. We want to hop back into the game, but before we do so, we're going to actually give it back to Zeke to break something down.
Thank you guys so much. Sorry about that. Not every player was in that game. We're going to go ahead and re-queue, get everyone back on board the battle bus, and we'll hit the action then. Now,
I mean, seriously, everybody wasn't in the lobby and they were about to launch the battle bus. What happened there, Fortnite? That's crazy. Like, I've been experiencing that with crown victories. As soon as you get a crown victory, all of a sudden when you try to find next match with your teammates, it kicks you into a match, your teammate gets kicked to the lobby, and then you can't leave. You have to play it without your teammate, otherwise you lose your crown if you leave the match, which is absolutely bullshit. Fortnite needs to fix that shit.
Come to like a set lobby environment like this, you're gonna go, okay, 2 games in, if I've done kind of rubbishy so far, we need to really turn out for the next 4. You know, when you have a clause in there where you can just win a game and qualify straight through to finals, you go, yeah, we're gonna turn it up, but probably just once, that would be good, you know?
I think that if you're going to try and risk it all, though, this would be the opportunity to really look for that all-or-nothing sort of engagement reason. I wouldn't be surprised to see some of these duos even looking for more action inside of that early game. We've been seeing a lot better of resource control as well from these players transitioning from early into the mid-game, and I think that a lot of that just has to do from the same duos having participated in yesterday.
Yeah, and I think there's like a lot of the fights we're seeing in those early games are kind
Okay, so you guys that aren't actually tuning in, if you head over to my Twitch, it's called RU Viral as well, not underscore, just RU Viral. I have drops enabled for the backbling, so basically watch the stream for 30 minutes and you'll get yourself a Champions Honor backbling that basically says FNCS, like you see the logo there at the back of them. Pretty cool. So yeah, Reviral on Twitch, on YouTube. Remember to subscribe and follow on both of them. Thank you so much, everybody.
For these new Storm Surge meta changes, at the same time, you don't want to find yourself wiping out early on because, again, when the points are so critical, especially entering the halfway point here, you can't really risk dropping from that top of the standings.
That's right. I'd actually love to kind of like take a look at the standings. If you guys are just tuning in, welcome. This is day 2 of the FNCS semifinals. We've already wrapped up 2 games. Don't forget, a duo that gets a victory royale, they're going right on over to finals. We see that August 13th and 14th. Everyone else playing for top 6. Now, I kind of want to ask you, when we're looking at these players outside of top 6, like even look at 6th and 7th place. Right? There's this tiebreaker happening. Obviously, because of the eliminations, we see one duo kind of moved up ahead. How are we trying to minimize mistakes, right? Because Fortnite is a game of RNG.
Today is very close. Like, I mean, like positions 8, 7, even position 9 has the possibility to move out into that top 6, even if they don't win one of the next 3 matches. So there's still 3 matches left, and everything can change. Like last night, match number 5, it was like, what the hell just happened? They turned it completely around. The 4th one, that one was still funny when they were tweeting out that we will win the 4th match, and it happened exactly like that. That was just brilliant.
We've already seen how much of an impact it can have whenever we start getting into the first moving zone. These duos that are taking the high ground from that point usually maintain it throughout the rest of these zones. So I think most of all, I kind of want to keep an eye out for some of these duos to maybe make some adjustments in terms of looking for that front zone positioning early on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's just like the classic. You got to do good, but the problem is, in order to do that, you have to have a good early game, you have to have a good mid game, and that's what a lot of our teams are, of course, struggling with. But basically, most of the successful teams we've seen in game 1 and 2 have gone into moving zones with like 100+ builds. So, you know, when we're sitting there watching, we're looking through and we're going, oh, we've seen X team, Y team has 100, 120 builds. And nearly every single time, we're seeing them get really deep in the zone, which, of course, is always a good sign. You could say this before the Storm Surge change. You've got good mats. Of course, you're going to go to in-game. But now with the new Storm Surge changes, it's like even more impactful to have those at that point.
That's right. That's right. We are getting everybody re-queued up on the battle bus. So for right now, why don't you check this out? This is Where in the World?
I think I'll be good at this because I know the map pretty well.
I'm very confident to win because
I know every single spot at the map.
Yeah, I think I know the map, so I think it will be easy.
I know very well the map.
This looks like, I think this is maybe a basement in Greasy.
It's left from Reality Falls.
Okay, 100% is Greasy Grow. I know this one.
I think it's maybe in the new POI with the mushroom. Oh, Greasy Groove!
Greasy Groove, what? Oh my god.
Yes, let's go.
Oh my, let's go.
Tilted Towers.
Ah, I know where it is. It's Tilted Towers.
I think it's Tilted Towers, if I'm not wrong.
I don't know, fully. I'm just gonna say Tilted. Nah, I'm just too good.
I wasn't like sure 100%.
I was 100% sure, like, Tilted got destroyed. It looks like Rave Cave.
I don't know. I'll go with Sanctuary, like somewhere on islands.
I'm just gonna say.
That's easy. It's at the beach. It's at the beach. Sanctuary.
Easy. Sanctuary. In the beach on the Sanctuary.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Okay, let's go. What? How am I doing this?
No, I knew it was somewhere near the islands, man.
This is somewhere near the top, behind Logjam Lotus, so it's 7 center. No, it's
The Signage Station. Signage Station.
I think it's Sentinel
This is on the
or 7-7. Oh, it's Synapse. It is Synapse. Oh, well done.
Got it right again.
Well done. Well done. Well done.
That was easy.
Yeah, I knew it.
That's Reality Tree. That's Reality Tree right there.
Maybe it's Logjam.
So it's like basically the new POI. So
It's like it could be behind Logjam,
Yard or what is called?
next to the reboot van.
Of the Crackshot house.
Yeah, Logjam Lotus.
no way. What?
Yes.
Yeah, I knew it.
I thought I was like about to do a 505, but unlucky for me, I guess.
Some picture was really hard, but another picture is really.
It was really hard, but I figured it good.
I think I'd be near the top 100%, maybe even first. With 4 out of 5 right.
There we go. 4 out of the 4 got 4 out of 5 right. Not bad. Not bad at all.
What's up, everybody? I'm Mini Miner, and I'm joined alongside Vino and Nako. We're going to be playing a game that we like to call Battle Buzz. I'm going to be asking both of these guys a question about Fortnite and the FNCS, and whoever thinks they know the answer first will be buzzing in and trying to get the answer right. Vino, how are you feeling going into this?
I'm excited. I think I'm going to get first place, I'll say that.
First place. Whew, Nako, that's fighting words from Vino there. What is the max damage that you can hit with a Gold Striker Pump Shotgun?
185.
Okay, Vino, boom, straight in. 185.
Oh,
that is correct.
Do I have to wait if I buzz in?
Yeah, you have to buzz in.
Yeah, I buzzed in
but
first.
I did. Yeah, Vino did it first. Vino's in there first. I like it. No, he's right. Okay, 1 point to Vino. Good stuff. Question 2. What health does a metal wall initially build with? Who buzzed in first? It was Nako buzzed in first.
I did, no? No,
Nako.
I did. 150.
That is not correct, unfortunately. We're going to pass it over to Vino.
45.
You're both wrong, unfortunately. You don't get a point. It's actually 110 HP. It's quite a lot.
We wouldn't have guessed it, I think.
Question 3. Which EU player holds the most FNCS titles? Okay, so Vino buzzed in first. Tayson is, of course, correct. Did you know that, Nako?
Yeah,
You knew
100%.
it. It's a tough one.
knows
It's a tough one. Everyone knows it. Question 4. The unvaulting event in Chapter 2 allowed players to choose one vaulted item or weapon to return to the game. What was it?
I think I know it.
Okay, Nako's buzzed in. Do you know the answer, Nako? What is it?
I'd say it was the drum gun.
The drum gun is correct. Yes. Well done. Okay, that was very good. Question 5. What was the name of the first ever prized Fortnite tournament? Okay, Vino.
Solo Showdown.
Solo Showdown is incorrect. Close, Nako.
Yes,
I actually had to go ahead and close my Twitch off. I don't know, it wants to push up 1080p and it seems like it's making it lag on Twitch. I don't know, Twitch uses a...
most eliminations. Vino, you buzzed in first. Who was it? It was you.
Damn, yeah, that guy was playing like crazy.
Vino and Aqua had 3 VRs in their FNCS finals run this season. Who was the last FNCS finals team to also do this on EU? You buzzed in very quickly there, actually.
I was confident, but I'm not too sure anymore. I think it's Hen Janice Chapix.
Hen Janice Chapix is incorrect.
Hen and Queasy.
Hen, Tayson, and Chapix in the FNCS Grand Royale at the end of Season 8. The winner of first Battle Buzz of the season it's Vino.
I did say I'd win. There's no prediction.
Yeah, you knew. Are you happy you won?
I'm ecstatic. Because I've been trying to get better at these games. I've been revising, getting ready.
Yeah, I didn't study for today's test, to be honest, so I'll take a second place.
Thank you there to Vino and Nako for taking part in the Battle Buzz today. Hope you guys enjoyed it, of course, and good luck to you both for this upcoming FNCS.
I actually do enjoy these little segments. That's actually cool. Well done to Vino for taking it. Battle Buzz season... That's the first one.
Incredibly thankful to the players for giving a little bit of their time to hang out, ask their questions, pick their brains, and of course have fun games like Battle Buzz happen. So if you're just tuning in, we are currently in the process of putting everybody back on the Battle Bus and gearing up for the next game. We have a little bit of time here before we do so. So let's take a look at the standings. If you guys are just tuning in, we've already seen 2 games happen. Incredible games overall. What we want to do is kind of spend time talking about this top 6. Breaking down some of the stats and kind of what we're seeing, especially with the huge changes to Storm Surge we saw this week.
Yeah, and of course, in number 1, no Aurelian reason. Your prediction, let's go. The reason for their success, 2 really good games out of the 2 games. What a surprise, a 4th and a 5th. So consistently managing to get like up into the top 5 is great. Obviously, first overall. That's why you can see average placement 0.4. I was going to say 0. Let's throw it now. 4.5 average placement there. Which, if you know anything about usually like a top 6, getting a single-digit average placement is incredibly impressive. So for them to already be 4.5, like they're looking real strong.
Not only that, but they're also managing to still find consistent elims throughout these couple of matches that have happened so far. And if they're able to just hold on, I think, to that 10th place positioning, they might be able to hold on to first place the whole way through from this point on.
Yeah, and I think like we expect this team to do so much better. This chapter generally, these 2 players haven't necessarily performed as we would have liked and as we would have expected. So right now, I'm happy to see them starting to perform good. It's been a very slow season for them, in particular when they've been fighting for the grapple gloves week after week against Ned.
Okay, cool, Jake. I'll see you soon. Thanks for joining once again.
So now that basically all the other teams have qualified through and they're no longer a problem, it's no really and reason's time to shine.
So now we're going to have Yaku and Jake in the stream with us, having a little watch party. And we're just about to enter game number 3. It's heating up now. Like, I can see people are starting to get aggressive. Game number 4 is really what I'm looking to. I think it's just going to be absolutely crazy. But here we go. Game 3 is just about to drop. Excitement level is at an all-time high at this point.
And just really quick before we move on from this duo, I'm actually curious. You said we have not seen them perform well, but for longtime fans, you see names like Noah Riley Reese, and you think they're some of the best, right? I actually had a conversation with Monster D-Face, a caster from NA East, and he had said with Chapter 3, we've seen like a pretty big shakeup in terms of like the play style, so to speak.
Yeah.
Do you think that these guys have not found that kind of like transitional adaptation needed to kind of help them excel?
A lot of it is a bit of everything, right? So new chapter means new players most of the time come up grind. Same thing happened to the start of chapter 2, be it they play the game more, they play the game less. A lot of it is just about putting in the time and practicing. And you know what? From some of the players you see grinding in chapter 2, they just don't carry that over into chapter 3 as well. And I think that's been the case because for a guy like Noah in particular, he was known for being the grinder. That's how he came up, in particular with like grinding aim, grinding mechanics. That's how he was just so mechanical mechanically proficient and honestly like an art to watch. And that's kind of fallen off a little bit lately. So hopefully with the good performance now, that's kind of starting to come back.
It's pretty easy, I think, to kind of raise your confidence, though, when you're able to get off to such a strong start. I mean, 2 matches, you're still chilling in the first place position. Haven't found that victory royale just yet, but at the same time, if you're still maintaining that top 6, that's really all it takes.
All right, Taco, let's talk about your prediction.
Yeah, this is mine. this is mine, guys. In case anybody forgot.
Mr. Savage, which we didn't see have the craziest stellar performance yesterday, but you can already tell from their gameplay they have gone back, they've done the VOD reviews, they've had that time to go. What did we do wrong?
8.5 average placement. I'm telling you guys, this Mr. Savage. Come on, they need to switch it up.
Every single time we are watching their point of view, I see H, I see Mr. Savage, and that is all I want to keep.
All I want to keep is the stream going, women.
Alongside of each other, this is such a potent duo. We know what they are capable of. Their legacies speak for themselves, but again, they haven't really found any sort of semblance of consistency throughout this entire Chapter 3 so far.
And just kind of similar to every, I mean, I was going to say every week, but you think back to every qualifier that Savage ever been a part of, every FNCS ever, it's not without its troubles. Off spawn, of course, they are still fighting Polly and Discus as well. So there are multiple hurdles in their way. Luckily, the first 2 games they've managed to win off of spawn. However, Savage has gone down in both of those. He was knocked in game 1, and then he was fully finished in game number 2 and got rebooted in. So, like, they're very close, and I mean very close, to having an unsuccessful game. And when it's top 6 on the leaderboard for consistency, it's very hard to do that when you start losing games.
They might be playing with fire a little bit, looking for those reboot aspects. Definitely would be a little bit more ideal if they can both stay alive at the same time. But yeah, it's always going to be a fingers crossed when it comes to H and Mr. Savage. But also, Reese, I mean, Mr. Savage, individually speaking, this is someone that has been pretty much the whole 9 yards. And it would be an absolute devastation, I think, to not only him, but just the region in general if he wasn't able to qualify.
Like I mentioned, he's missed only 1 FNCS finals. If he misses this one again, that would be him off of the very prestigious list of 5 people who have made every single one. There's still some other ones to go, which we're looking out for, of course, today and tomorrow as well. And I don't want to see it. You know, at one time, I had Savage as the best solo player in EU. I've taken over him now. But he's probably still 2nd or 3rd up there as well. And when we saw that last game, when Hen went down relatively early, Savage still had some stuff to work with. I was like, the money's in. This is where we're going to get to see it. And unfortunately, it didn't play out like that.
It's definitely interesting, though, because typically there's usually that honeymoon period, you know, when a new duo is formed. You would expect that.
Steve has not had that.
Yeah, that's the thing, though, is that they're you know, they're a little bit of bickering. Seems as though they haven't quite smoothed things out. But this is the first day, I think, where we can really say that the consistency is really starting to shine. Again, experience is beginning to finally come to light here, but most importantly, I want to see them maintain it, because it's one thing to have a strong start, but you need to have a strong finish too.
Absolutely.
That's right. We'll jump on over to our next duo here, Podesai, X-Squeeze. I mean, I feel like I can't even think back to a time where I can't remember either of these names in competitive, you know? Like, they're just long-time veterans in the scene.
I mean, X-Squeeze is another one of those players who I was talking about who has made every single FNCS finals bar 1. It's him and Mr. Savage who still have to go through. So the spotlight is on those 2 to try and make it through to the finals. And the other 3 have already made it through.
Race to the finish.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think about it, who gets the bragging rights?
I mean, when it comes to just making every finals, though, it's just like, they just got to do it. So they got the games today. Of course, they got the games tomorrow as well. But the fact that both of them are in the top 6 is already looking very good to continue that title of some of the most dominant players in the EU.
And it's definitely looking like a night and day difference here in semis number 2 in comparison to semis number 1, because if anybody had a chance to check out Podesai and Squeeze yesterday, I mean, they were probably hoping that no one was actually watching, because unfortunately, they just did not have a very good time about it. They were constantly getting smacked down before we even got to see them have any kind of showcasing in the looting zones.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure their team was definitely struggling in the research season. They pretty much went down before 30th in every single game, so they didn't even manage to get like a top 30 anywhere. So I'm hoping to see, I was going to say hope to see, they've already showed that. in case you guys haven't like caught up with these changes, Storm starts basically more aggressive here in semifinals, which means you have to be putting shots on enemy duos to try and stay above that threshold. What's misfiring here? A lot. You know, it's easy to set and break down the minutiae of things, but at the end of the day, they just need to hit more shots, do more damage. They're a mid-map team, which usually for this kind of change should show that this is like the perfect setup. Like that's where you want to be because the most players can rotate around you. We saw yesterday they were building some of these massive towers on their drop spot, and I've seen a couple of them in the distance in some of the games today. But I think the positioning, the timing, and all the teams around them yesterday, it just was not working out from the top. So they clearly had a way to kind of figure that out because I've quickly checked the odds between this last game, and they were not sitting on that same built-up tower this time because it was all those teams were doing that, including Crossroads as well instead. So they've clearly changed up the Storm Surge strategy from yesterday. They've got new thinking, they figured exactly out what they need to do, and I'm so happy to see it work for them as well.
Yeah, I think they got tired of the view for the fireworks show the entire time. I mean,
yeah, that's it. They were up there.
You think about it. I mean, the fireworks, beautiful distance. It's just it's not the distance that you want to be from the other duos because you need to maintain that surge management, and you're not going to be able to if you're just chilling in the middle of the map where honestly everybody else is kind of just shooting at them instead.
That's right. We go on over. And PKR average eliminations kind of low. I mean, you have the average place. This is kind of where we start to look at that balancing act, right? Of you have to be consistent, you have to combine really good placement, but pair that up with really good team wins. This right here, average placement 4x5. Remember, we said the exact same thing about these and Noah. Early days, so an average placement was, of course, 2 games, a lot different from average placement 6 games. It's much harder to maintain them. But when we think back to championships, like place first in the FNCS finals, second in the Grand Royale as well. This right here is like exactly the whole thing. And it's just that small consistency, the low to mid-ground playstyle, the ability just to be consistent through every single part of the game is what's going to keep them moving up. And of course, we said earlier, like the solo clutches from PKR as well.
Again, yeah, just absolutely beautiful gameplay from PKR. The fact that he was able to hold on in that solo kind of positioning is definitely one of the more difficult aspects, but it also kind of just showcases how much trust I think he has just in his own gameplay awareness, because it can be tough when you're stuck underneath in this low ground position to actually keep track of where all the other duos are at, or any solo players that might be looking to challenge you, maybe even looking to just bait a corner or bait a tarp to try and catch you off guard. But it is, again, a really tough situation to be found in. Kind of sneaky in the end.
One of the things I actually kind of want to point out, we're looking at highlights from game number 2 here right now as well. And this was a hill zone. Yes, something I haven't mentioned that much. Going over the daily bugle. I know it's so many of the players drop out really quickly here. So although they've had a really good average placement, I am looking at that going, that was a relatively, I would say, easy game for them. They got ahead of everyone, and so many people started to wipe out, which is for getting a top 5 or 3 placement a little bit easier.
But even if they get another top 5 placement, that's going to put them into a nice comfort. I think it's going to be a nice buffer zone, really, because they'll be sitting right near 80 points, I want to say, if the map checks out. Not factoring in their potential healing situation. Well, their potential healing situation, too, because they have been picking up a couple throughout these first couple of rounds, as is. And so, if they are able to maintain that top 5 third, I definitely think that it's going to be tough for any teams that are below 6 to actually knock them out.
We're going to talk about DAY2. Aware now, Reese, you were on the Fortnite. I have a very tiny mind. I think people love players, don't know everything about them. Thank you for that. What we glean from this was a very important point for this duo. And it's not the best one, because when we were watching yesterday's game, I know, but it's something that's very important, is that they are... It showed yesterday when it came to, I think it was game 3 or 4, they probably should have been winning one of the games, right? There was that very crucial missed aim on the final elimination, and basically cost them the entire match. So you can tell that this duo, I've seen their names pop up really this season, tournament after tournament. However, when it comes to like the make or break moments, it's not all there right now. So I want to see them make it, because I've been really impressed with Aware in particular through previous seasons. DAY2 is a little bit more this season. So like, I've been impressed with this duel 100% this season, but come down to when it matters, they're yet to bite the bullet.
Hey, listen, the important thing though is that where he has the mechanics, it's obvious he has the mechanics because you wouldn't be seeing his name in that healing feed as often otherwise. And I think that when you have such a fresh duo that is willing to kind of explore the more aggressive takes, that's something that can catch some of these other duos off guard pretty quickly, especially when you're factoring in the chaos that's already being involved from the Storm Surge movement sexes.
You know, just a little tidbit. I heard previously that Aware was a mini Noah Rayleigh. There's a distance. Okay, well, I mean, if he's like Rayleigh, he's my pick. Pretty good. Now, once again, average placement, like, the Clevelands are okay, right? Like, that's closer to kind of what I see. It's like right around 4 to 6 at the end of the game. The average placement, though, I feel like is where they might be at. Yeah, of course. Like, you're up in the 10, that's not ideal. If you're struggling to continue getting to the top 10, like, that's where all the big juicy placement points are. You don't want to be going down 10, 13, blah, blah, blah. However, realistically, across 6 games, if you're just 10, 30 games, you know, a couple average eliminations there as you go, it all adds up, right? And that's probably enough to keep you in a top 6, especially when you remember that you're taking out 6 teams who end up winning games.
But at the same time, do you really want to have to depend on one of those duos in the top 6 to be qualifying each round? Because it's not a guarantee. Just because we have our top 6 established from the points that have already been acquired, anybody could win. That's the fun part, I think, about semis, is that you don't really know who to expect because you don't really know who might have their pop-off game. And while these two have been a little bit more quiet, I think they got what it takes.
For sure. That is a nice little recap of our top 6. We're still preparing. We're still finding seats on that battle bus. But you want to get to know the players a little bit more? Check this out. It's role models.
As of right now, I'm an IGL, and I've IGL 2 seasons. The role of an IGL is just to lead your duo or your trio through the game and just get good calls where's the best spot to search, where's the best spot to position up, and just to know everything about the game. I think you should always try to get an IGL because there's barely any good IGLs in the world or in Europe, but there's so many fraggers. So, they're picked by one of the best fraggers in the world, and it will be much easier.
You need to watch your games, you need to analyze them, and also you need to watch pro players to understand how to HL, and like the best way is to analyze your mistakes.
It doesn't really matter what loadout an IGL is carrying. He should just carry an AR and a pump, and just make sure that he's always there for his teammates and can always jump to shields as well, obviously.
So in my team, I'm most likely the fragger, and task of the fragger is like to go for eliminations and bring the items from the eliminations to the IGL, and the IGL can go on the game.
The role of the fragger is basically to always get frags in the end game and make sure to get enough refreshes to drop to the tower.
So what makes a fragger good is like don't be scared, you need to be confident.
Like for example, he's very good. Like he can easily box someone and eliminate.
For the best loadout for the fragger is like 2 weapons and 3 healings. It's like, it depends what you rather play. Is it sword rifle or SMG? So if you play SMG, play SMG. If you want to play assault rifle, play assault rifle.
Be with the community, you know, learning a little bit from them. That's what we like to see. But we're getting ever closer, getting back up on that battle bus. You were telling me something. You have a little special news? I have a little special news. Former pro player H just changed his name to Hen. That's what we got.
And back to Hen. Nature is finally healing.
So I'm a happy man. Hen. It's gonna say that. Yeah, it's so good. Thank you.
You feel free again?
I do. I feel uncaged now. And sometimes, you know, you just gotta let it run its course, and then you go right back to everything. As you said, nature is healing. And I feel so much better. They're winning game 3. That's it. This is it.
Hey, been going 3rd time's a charm for a while now. This is it.
You need your first win of the season. If you guys want to help get that first W, that would be helpful. Yeah, but what about Joe and Andy though?
believe
me, okay? I'll go win a game. That's how it works. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. It is that time, though. We are ready once again. So we're gonna go on over. We've got Tokata. We've got Blender 2K. And this is our next game. Game 3.
We are excited and ready to go. Hopefully, no more problems with the battle bus. But for me and Takata and Ziandi, I just want to say it. You know what I mean? The feeling to be able to just say those names is a beautiful one.
I was going to say, a lot of amazing things have happened throughout the day. We've played 2 matches. Players have been qualifying for the finals. We've seen a lot of action. Ziandi, back to his original name, and back to his name.
Finally.
A lot of amazing things have been happening.
These are the small things us insignificant casters care about.
Finally, the battle bus is fixed. We're about to see game 3. We've been waiting about 20 minutes for this. Come on, FNCS, wake up now. We need you guys to focus up so we can get those players in the finals.
Still 4 more to be played, but now the players have had a little bit of time to kind of think maybe what they can change on, what they can adapt to, right? They've had that time to consider all their options, and I would not be surprised if we see some change-ups. Not necessarily maybe drop spot changes, but maybe something here and there with the drops, the rotates, with the routes, especially seeing that there are some duos taking those 50-50 engagements off the spawn, so we'll have to see if, you know, any mix-up happens.
Well, I'd like to hope a lot of the players have been, you know, in creative, just cranking a bit, keeping themselves warmed up. You can't afford to cool down as we're hopping right back into the action. A bit of a break, but nevertheless, the players are looking to do the same thing. Many of them already out of the battle bus and looking to land at their POIs. But who will win off spawn?
That is the question. Who will take it home? Battle bus going from one corner to the other almost. The reality falls to the Daily Bugle and even split. As now the players continue to glide through with almost being halfway through the tournament. You could be in a high place up the leaderboard, you could be down below, but with so many matches to be played out, big change-ups can still happen.
Of course, it's early doors for a lot of these teams. They've got a chance to have a feel of what's going to happen. And we have seen a bit of what's been happening here at the Chonkers. Fork, Pixie, Floki, Clement.
I honestly think the players are going to have quite a bit of trouble here. Like, if just the stream is just lagging, how's the actual lobby feeling? Oh, what a knock. That was a drop knock, bro. I wish I could just see a little bit more of it.
Now he's lost his partner, but there's also another duo close by taking shots, and is actually going to cause that to be the end of Fork here in the 3rd match. They would have to come back in for the 4th one. And now with Till Cosmo, Floki, Clement close by, I doubt we'll see an engagement between those 2 duos, but it opens up a lot more loot on that region of the map. And now looking at Hen and Mr. Savage, they are just an unstoppable force today.
Hen and Mr. Savage, they've made off-spawn at Tilted Towers look relatively easy. A lot of the time we've seen them here, they've been uncontested, but even with that challenge, they faced it well. Ju, Stompy, a team who has been challenged and has risen to the expectations as well. 5th place right now, 30th place though, Fremont. Trying to move up, and if he wants to, he's going to have to beat Vortex and High Chris here.
The shots come in, the shields get cracked, as now High Chris and Vortex drop down that shield keg.
Even hoping for Looty Boy played quite well yesterday. Ah, what's up? What's up? Come on, Europe, stop playing with me. I need to like really move away.
We got 12 builds to work with. I'll look for some tags, but ultimately, I'm gonna get out of here. Gonna keep farming up, keep looting, keep rotating.
Constant at Coney Crossroads, but they haven't been able to consistently find any sort of form. But there's always room to change that up. Kidduo in a box with U Street. We saw them landing towards sign-up stations yesterday, but they switched things up. Didn't want to get that smoke from Ziandi and Joe. But instead, they've opted to pick a fight with Zestin and Waze. And how wise of a decision that is yet to be seen, as Waze looking to make them pay.
Builds up. Shots ricocheting off the bricks, taking them down slab by slab, as now Waze wants to take down his Has them cracked, but the third parties come in. Bullets from afar. His duo partner, Zestin, is continuing as well to see if he can find any opportunity to get a big tag off. Has popped the shield keg up above. Wants to have a good amount of effective HP and shield, but not looking to do anything incredibly risky. Still in the early part of the match here. They already have a bit of damage on the board from this engagement, but you can see that Zestin, once he actually finished using that shield keg, broke it there. As he takes a shot, 22, it's not enough. But this engagement keeps getting riskier and riskier as the third parties shoot in from afar.
Zestin and Waze just constantly picking away. It's a war of attrition between these teams. They're not working with much by way of resources. They're having to make use of their movement. They need to be careful though, because Stompy and Drew are lurking in the shadows here at Coney, ready to pounce when the time comes. Maybe that time is a lot sooner than we realize, okay? Still just waiting on top of these buildings. I'm sure they're just looking for the cues, right? They're waiting to see when exactly a knock will come through in the feed, when they get the sound cues of the shotguns firing. Since they don't hear that, they're not gonna jump in just yet. And we're seeing why. You know, both of these teams just posturing for edit position and maybe now starting to trade blows. Destin, he's looking, he's searching.
Come on, Anonymous, sit down. There we go.
Down there, and so Zestin's going to be fighting as a solo. On the other side of the over at Shifty Shafts, there's a fight between Typo and Grapple.
Typo, come on, get higher, get higher, get higher. There we go. Get up, get up. There we go.
Who are doing their best to hold on to it.
His grapples, but hopefully enjoys.
Come on, Anonymous, you're breaking my stream. Sit down. Sit down, bro.
As he continues to look around, find the angles, find the
Thank you.
To take those shots.
Crycaster, sit down.
As Forchara down below is hungry.
What is this guy doing? Trying to merge cars.
As now Typo has put himself into a sticky situation here. Hopefully, though.
Oh shit! Come on, build up, bro. Build up. Oh, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, they got relatively quickly as well, and so really nice work. But this was the third-party situation that we were setting up. Drew and Stompy.
Fortnite's killing me right about now.
And once it did, they rolled through, cleaned it up. Oh my goodness, dude.
Come on, dude. The lobby is running at 228 ping. It's supposed to be perfect.
You love to see. I also love to see Mini Miner, who's on the sideline here, ready to update us. Mini, what is going on with Hen and Mr. Savage?
Thank you, Levin. Out of the recap of Spawn, Hen and Mr. Savage winning off Spawn. You see Mr. Savage quickly grabbing the gun as well, getting the early elimination and
Pistol whipped.
Finishing the job down on the low ground there as well. Just picking up the final elimination, which gets them the win off Spawn.
Thank you, Mini. I mean, it shows the importance of having studied your drop spot and making sure you have the best drops possible in every single match. Because just one match of Mr. Savage and Hen getting eliminated off spawn could cost them a significant amount of points, as they will not be getting placement, not be getting eliminations. And if that happens more than once, it could just be the end. But they're starting off, and hopefully they can continue that forward.
That is going to be the goal. But they very much understand that. They're so experienced at this level of Fortnite. It is just about the application and keeping their cool. Of course, there's been talks about confidence issues and whether or not that's what's holding them back. I think the most important thing is that a qualification would be a boost of confidence today. Going into that last day without being qualified would just do nothing good for them by the way of confidence.
I mean, especially coming from day one, right? These players competing today, a majority of them are coming from day one. And if they don't make it today, they'll be going to day 3. And in that third day, really affect you mentally. But you have to be able to overcome that and keep performing to the best of your ability, even in those scenarios. That's what Fortnite is all about, as Till here, Cosmo, close to the Condo Canyon, are getting themselves into a fight. The third party is a possibility as well. We saw the hill, but Till's not worried about that. Gets the builds in, looks for the shots, unable to connect them. As Stormy Right continues applying the pressure, breaking build after build. As now the third party has gotten closer. It's Joe. It's the Andy.
Default and Stormy Right though, they're no easy opponents by any means. And with Till and Cosmo, we know how hungry they can be to jump into fights. They've had some struggles with Storm Surge at times during these games, and so an opportunity like this is one that they will jump at for sure.
No problem, Jake. You can just request to join. I'll accept you once again if you would like.
Third party's close by. We've spent too much time looking for shots, so they're worth it, or they believe that it's worth it to take a bit of storm damage and continue their rotate.
The big thing for that team though is that they obviously have done a decent crop of damage, and so they actually just decide to roll down south, and they're probably going to look to rift their way on into the zone as it's pulled towards that sort of Sanctuary Jones' side. So
that was just such a beautiful mat place.
As the game continues, for PK on Teak though, we know they love to
and squad up, squad up, squad up, squad up, squad up.
And they will have to rotate downwards. The big thing is that they have priority on that rotation. All the other teams here at the Bugle will have to rotate past them if they wanted to go to zone. So
I swear this guy stays like 18 million miles away from me. As soon as he comes next to me, it's like all laggy.
Legendary Stinger SMG 4 floppers.
What is wrong with you? I'm gonna have to go to extreme measures, everybody.
They'll be able to recuperate, but makes me wonder what difficulties they've ran into as now some players choosing to swim.
Oh, this is not the best.
They're gonna be forced to stop their swimming rotate as it gets a little too risky at this point. With so many duos close by, you can see it yourself on the mini map.
Okay, come on.
But now they're gonna take a pause.
Nobody's close now. It seems like Fortnite's taking a pause. What's going on? Come on.
Stompy and Drew, a team that has been playing all chapter long. One of the few teams that have made it to the finals of the FNCS repeated times this chapter in that lobby. That experience always does come to handy. DKS and the Desitos, a team that is newer, right, playing together, but two very experienced players that have had varying levels.
Honestly, they're killing me. What's going on?
Of course, on top of the monument, this is one of the spots on the map that is a cheat code for Surge per se, right? If you sit on top of the monument, you just have such great vision that you are always going to find damage. We've seen plenty of teams make use of it in the past, and they are the ones in this lobby.
It seems like that I don't know. So I thought South Africa's internet's bad, but honestly, like, what does that guy have? Like, whoa. I wish you can just go to the box fights and just stay away from this region, because as soon as that guy comes close, boom, the whole stream is like lagging.
Now, jumping into his face, hello and goodbye, as he goes back to the menu.
They just forced their way on in. I loved how aggressive they were in that fight. The confidence from those two. Payner, I'm sure he's a very confident player, and he's showing that off right now. He'll have to be with Raisin being taken out. A 1v1 now between Typo and Payner. Both of them not too good when it comes to HP, and so taking the time now to use some shields up. Not sure if Payner realized he would have had time to use a mini and then the big pot, but we'll see whether or not that marginal difference in HP comes back to bite him. He knows Typo somewhere here. It's just about sussing him out. I think he has spotted him now. He sees the shield keg below. So now trying to find some control.
Continues trying to get ahead of his opponent there. Gets the wall, but quickly enough his opponent reacts. Puts a staircase, disengaging himself as now time keeps ticking. The zone as well keeps ticking. Both players here have to finish this quickly. As the zone gets further and further away, third one appearing now. Typo chooses to build up, chooses to get that upper edge on the positioning, and now taking shots. Has a lot of ammunition to work with, has a med mist. But this engagement, they can't let it take too long. Payner starts building up. He's hungry for that elimination. Storm Surge as well as...
Doesn't gay is 377 above. He can basically play the whole match in a storm at this point.
for this elimination. He might just be able to wait it out and get that elimination through the storm, and that's exactly what ends up happening.
Oh, beautiful Typo, beautiful. Welcome to the party, Jake.
And playing things nice and smooth. Will he be able to get his teammate back in the game and do much? That's the question, but over on the other side, Till and Cosmo not having any success up against Joe and Ziandi. Those two teams have been side by side almost the whole game, coming from the south of the map, but finally Joe and Ziandi taking their opponents down.
Look, that does put Joe and Ziandi in a good position. However, they did have that in game 2 and ended up crumbling down to Podesai and X-Squeeze, so hopefully they can learn from that and not let the same mistakes happen in this match. As now we look back at Mr. Savage and Hen, who have done a great job today, playing amazingly, as Raxi advised, above the Storm Surge threshold without any eliminations. You can tell that they're adapting quickly. You
know, they're trying to get away from all this mess. It's a lot of
playing. Savage and Hen has been playing at a phenomenal rate. I mean, even in yesterday's semi-final, they didn't put it together all that much. They kept on dying way too early. But I believe that this duo has the possibility of winning one of these final. Definitely, one of these 3 games, they should take a victory out. They're just performing so brilliantly.
But with so many games left to play, they have to keep their cool. Reason, Noah, very close to the safe zone, so they haven't got far to go. They are always just a couple swings away with those grapple gloves.
I mean, the danger, even if you get into the zone, if you get in a bit late, those players that are hungry for the surge, even if they're above, they just want to have as much security as possible. They'll be poking at those opponents as much as they can. If they have the ammunition to spare like DKS does as well, they'll be taking those shots even if it's not 100% necessary. As now to Sipdos, DKS have positioned themselves in a base that was made previously, so they do not have to use as many materials, but you want those builds to be yours. So they do make their own little box, and now they'll continue to look around.
Yeah, really nice position for that team. Central, or one of the more central teams in 3rd zone, and so very likely to pull the next zone, and if not, they'll have not too far to get there. Reason, no Riley.
Oh, come on, push up. Just watch out.
1 or 2 swings away. Sadie and Rickley have picked up some eliminations. It seems like Pab and Swag, or at least Pab, wasn't able to survive that battle. Swag is still there, having to play now as a solo.
We're seeing so many occasions where these engagements are just being made on the edge of the zone. It's like due to this change in Storm Surge, these players are having trouble getting into the zone with the damage needed, end up being delayed, and kind of cluster up on one corner of the map. Normally the more congested side, leaving that dead side much more open for those players that got their damage early. As now we look at Karma and his duo, gonna just set themselves up and start rotating.
Well, yeah, that's one of the great parts of the change, right? In terms of, if you're one of the players who is struggling to deal damage, how do you deal damage? Taking shots at players. Where are the players? On the congested side, right? So naturally we're seeing a lot more players than usual clustering up on those sides of the zone, because it is their only option for them to deal the damage necessary. And when you are on that congested side, you are just at the mercy of the people around you. And you never want that. At the highest level of Fortnite, you always want to be the one in control, the one with the power. In a powerful position there for Mixon and Arsenal. They had some vision on players trying to rotate in. For Hen and Mr. Savage. A powerful position on the standings in the leaderboard. 2nd place. And a powerful position in terms of Surge, 500 above. But it's all about now converting that, staying together as they...
Oh, knock it.
And for X-Squeeze, it's all about trying to find any sort of HP, some shields. He's so low right now.
So many duos have used up their resources just to get into zone. Even for Mr. Savage and Hen, who had 3 eliminations, they were on the borderline there, finishing it off with the shield keg. So now for the duos like Podesai and X-Squeeze, X-Squeeze being at maybe a total of 40 effective HP and shield. it is going to be incredibly difficult. But not only that, Teak and PK are both as well. Less than 50 HP. I mean, you might have the grapple glove. You might have the loot. But you can't do anything if you don't have a lot of HP to work with. So they are in desperate need of a refresh, of an elimination that grants them that siphon, 50 HP or shield alongside the materials those opponents were carrying. Keep on going strong. Splash.
There we go. Oh.
Nice elimination quickly picked up. Nice and easy for this duo. As now half in, half out does pull to the southern east side of the map.
And with that, a lot of teams are now going to be planning their rotations out, figuring out which way it is to go. But some of them actually have to just focus on players.
Oh, push it. Oh.
Falls at the hands of Ricky and Sadie. But Ricky and Sadie themselves
push back, boys. Push back.
To Slimy. And so that gives that space, that breathing room for Podeside to pick his friend back up. But we know already, they don't have much to work with by shields and HP, so both of them incredibly low as they are forced to make a max distance rotation.
I mean, the good news is there's other duos that are also incredibly low, but the issue is I don't see any of them close by. So put aside now, X-Swedes, they begin to rotate. Just a few shots is what could be their downfall here, but the grapple glove comes in, gets put to great use.
Oh, every time that grapple glove saves this guy's ass so hard.
There wasn't anybody specifically looking at them. They weren't able to be focused there. Hi, Chris and Vortex. Having to use an armored wall to give Vortex some time to heal up. X-Swedes actually did go down in the feed. He wasn't able to catch up to Podeside, so we'll follow Podeside, who will be playing as a solo, but all around the map, teams are struggling clearly.
We can see Podeside now has the damage. He has done enough, but he's still yet to find the shields. Mr. Savage Hen down below. They're hungry. We can tell from how aggressive they've been playing in the early and mid game. They want this victory royale. They don't want to qual just through consistency. They want to take home a game for themselves. As now shortly the first moving will appear. It does go to the east side of the zone, pulling closer and closer to the beach. As now the duos that have that high ground position will be able to get a lot of damage and have the option to stay up above if they'd like to. But if the zone pulls to the opposite side like it did here for this duo, that rotate is going to be that much more difficult.
Yeah, they have their eyes set on Reason and Riley, though, who are making their rotation on over with their grapple gloves. The big thing for KFR and Kalas is, will they be able to stay up on height? Will they even dare to make that sort of a play? It definitely wouldn't be too bad of an option. But for all the other teams, they will be looking at it. They will wait to see if it's vulnerable. For Noah Riley and Reason, they're looking for vulnerable players in the backside of the zone as they rotated in early. So many players now trying to make that move into the zone. For Podeside, he's trying to make a move onto some players that he thinks are low. Bandwise and Q-Roll maybe looking for some revenge here for X-Swedes.
I was so close, they almost cracked him there.
As we switch back over to Joe, he has lost the Andy. He has to play the solo, down to only 12 builds. It's all wood, no brick, no metal, breaking through.
Oh, beautiful breakthrough.
Try and make it in here, has to pop a mini, not a lot of shields to work with. Mr. Savage and Hen, on the contrary, they're looking healthy.
Mr. Savage and Hen need to be careful. They are looking healthy, they are together, but that's not it. There are players who are going to be looking at them, and there are players looking for height. It's Kylie and for Strokey. They've claimed it for themselves, and now they hold the keys.
Vortex alongside High Chris, they keep looking up, but the pressure's being applied. Kylie and for Strokey, there's such a dominant force up above. It's looking dangerous for the players down below that are looking to contest it. Zone pulls towards the beach. The party's going to begin.
The key is nobody is actually looking to contest it. They're just holding on to it free. Aware, JJ2, they're looking for somebody on their layer that they can clean up, get a refresh on, looking for a bit of piece control, but they're going to have to keep it moving, keep it stepping. Reason, playing as a solo, doesn't have no Riley with him. He needs to now keep it moving, but he spots some people out. Mixon doesn't have R20 now. He doesn't even have any HP. DKS, the Sitsos will be the ones to deal with them. They have to keep it moving now as well, but he falls into a box. That isn't him, but he will connect.
Dear God, did you see that? Oh, it went down. No.
Well, this Sitsos now having to play all alone. Can he keep on moving and continue his job's work?
JJ2, one elimination, taking shots, has 6 or 7 charges on the grapple glove. A lot of opportunity for mobility, and Desitos connecting a massive 157, but it's not enough to get both eliminations. He goes down. Stormy right up ahead of the zone alongside Default. They take shots.
Crack it. They need to build in. Like, seriously, there's only wood. Oh God, I thought as much. Oh, one knock.
He gets Floki, should say now, has gone down, and so Mr. Savage having to play as a solo once again.
Oh, once again.
Still on the mid ground, doesn't have an option yet in terms of height or low, and so he's just going to wait things out. JJ2.
I swear Savage should get himself another duos partner. Dear God.
Mr. Savage in the second place spot, both playing as solos. One elimination on the board, make that two as he takes down Hero, using that harpoon to pick up the loot, and now Reason going down below. He wants the low ground, but it's a dangerous position to be in, but he hits the 180
Oh, beautiful, Mr. Savage, beautiful. I'm also swearing right now, man. What the hell was that even? Yes, this guy's duo partner is terrible. You need to like trade him in at a pawn shop or something.
You have to wonder if they realize the opportunity they have on their hands. Nobody really looks powerful enough to really stop them. For Crown and Kanox down below, seemingly the only.
Come on, Mr. Savage. Keep that low ground. Keep that low ground. There we go. Hit him. Hit it. Oh, shit. That's sucky. Oh. Oh. There they go.
A brilliant finish for that duo. They took high ground cleanly and they held throughout the rest of the game.
I actually quite like that they finished on the ground for once there. There was no height advantage. They first had the height advantage and then they kind of moved down. When they moved down, they knew they had it because it was a solo against a solo, only duo. Come on, that was obvious. I still can't believe Mr. Savage, duo's partner, went down in the third game once again. This is absolutely bullshit. The poor fella is trying so hard for that second place, and his duo's partner is just not there. It's like he's just not there.
Reason was staying up for an incredibly long time. Mr. Savage as well was staying up. I mean, all the players that were just surviving, getting eliminations, they were really clutching it up for their team.
Even these teams who aren't winning the game, like Takata said, they're accumulating points, and there's nobody better to break down all those points than Taco, Reese, and Zeke. Take over.
Thank you guys so much. I feel like, did we go back to chapter?
Honestly, I need a smoke after that. That shit made me angry. Like, Mr. Savage, God, get yourself an Asian or something. Seriously, bro.
The beautiful play on low ground to hit the 180 max damage purple striker pump headshot. You know, we know there was another player in this lobby who's now removed who was called only 185, which is obviously, you know, a little play on words about max damage with the gold striker. But you know who's putting it into action right now? Noah Rayleigh. And it's not even because it was Reason. So, oh well, I'm giving someone else credit.
It's fine though. They're basically the same duo. If you think about it, they're the same person because they're working as a team, and so when one succeeds, so does the other at the same exact time. But Reason for sure definitely came up huge here. The fact that he was able to maintain up until that final top 3 position is definitely a nice spot to be in because, again, they're already in the top 6 for the leaderboards, and at the halfway point, that really couldn't be a better position.
Yeah, almost. I don't want to say guaranteed because that's maybe too much. I've not put like a resub or 11 2K guarantee on it. But I see as they went down there, they were in first place. So I'm thinking that when you get to the leaderboard, which is obviously halfway point, we should probably see them in first. Okay, we did talk about a duo before this game, JJ2, and of course his duo mate. We kind of had some questions about this duo, right? There was things we wanted them to work on going into this game. Did we accomplish that? I hope so. Because I think they ended up doing relatively okay that game, right?
It was a little bit mid-tier here. They could have definitely pulled off a little bit more, but you can't complain about solo clutch opportunities here. And I think that for Aware especially, I mean, he just seemed pretty aware of what was happening in the mid-ground here. He just kept the tags applied the whole way through. And it's actually rather impressive because for the first 2 Storm Surges, we didn't actually have to see any Storm Surges in the 3rd and 4th zone. It was actually these duos playing so aggressive from the get-go that they were taking each other out before it had to be a concern.
Definitely, and when we saw these guys earlier on, I was like, they are in the position to win because they had like roughly 120 builds in that 5th zone before it went to move in. You saw there at that highlight moment, they're getting a bunch of eliminations as the first zone started moving. They seemed to be in like the perfect position, but of course it went wrong with Aware going down there. But a fantastic solo clutch from JG2 to clutch up a 2nd place by himself then. Great game for them, and particularly when it comes to leaderboards, of course.
There you go. That's all I did. You just gotta listen to Resub. What does Resub say? Adjust my gameplay, and then bing bang bosh, you win.
Bang bang bosh.
Bing bang. Anyway, let's talk about the duo that did win, Kylie and Fastrokey. They're going right to finals. They've secured themselves a seat on the bus, and I'm happy to see like this is a high caliber duo, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And I know that they're going to be really happy because Kylie was very upset that he didn't manage to make it to semifinals last season. Now, he was chuffed to start with getting to semifinals. At this point, he's just punched his ticket all the way through to finals. And for this duo, neither of them, neither Kylie or Fastrokey, have made it to finals in Chapter 3 yet. Which is so funny because like at the end of Chapter 2, they were like becoming staples of the region.
And so the fact that they're able to finally find this resurgence of not only their own histories in a sense, but just in their gameplay potential, I think that this is where we really got a chance to see this team kind of elevate themselves to that next point. And now it's just going to be the finals that they have to focus on. But I do have a deep appreciation here for Fastrokey and Kylie and the fact that they were able to just maintain not only that low ground presence, but able to challenge on the mid-ground as well.
I'm looking out for that Twitter clip after this game, I'm telling you that.
That's right.
I have to give it to them. That low ground presence was absolutely amazing. Like I said previously, they waited for that 1-on-1. And when they saw there's only one left, the duo cracked it. That's why you need your teammate at the end. Can we get the same play from Mr. Savage and his duo partner, which may not be named because oh my god. Anyway, they're still performing pretty well.
You still said Hen and Savage are fighting off spawn, which is a big problem for them. But I'm kind of looking at 2 teams in particular. Bodasai Excuse, who's now in 4th, and PKR and Teak, who's now in 8th. And those 2 have dropped relatively consistently. Remember, that was our top 4, right? 2 bad games for both of them who've started to kind of open up the leaderboards. Like, we saw a huge clutch from DKS there. Bragging out in a 2v1 and then Deceptos after that. Managed to clutch up too, so great for him, of course. Top of the leaderboard, so how can we not talk about Hen and Mr. Savage?
And Mr. Savage held on until the very end, and it wasn't even an instance of him feeling
bloody legend.
Because he was making sure that someone else
oh my god, look at that knock. Come on.
Out himself, and I think that as far as Mr. Savage is concerned, he knows exactly what is on the line here. Reese, you've already elaborated on it so many times, but he is one of the only 5 players that still needs to find his way into this finals, and I don't think that that's a position that he wants to miss out on.
Definitely not.
They've got this unlocked. It's Hen, it's Mr. Savage. But now, guess what? We have game number 4. This is the halfway mark with 3 games left to go. Who will find their seats on the bus? We got casters to help us find out. Game 4.
Thank you, Zeke. The halfway point.
Halfway point.
Day 2 semifinals. It's the moment where the players start getting a bit more nervous.
I love this. Now it's going to get aggressive.
Those points, your placements, your eliminations, your early game, everything matters so much more.
Yeah, I think the big thing as we move throughout the rest of these games is now is your chance to really step up. If you've had a slow start, it's fine. We forgive you. We understand it happened. But now you need to start to pick up the pace because the consistency teams, they've not been slipping up.
They have not, but really just how these players set themselves up for the late game. You have to get through the early game. Some players being contested, like one of our top duos, Mr. Savage and Hen. And if you're not contested, you have to find a way to get that damage. I mean, Storm Surge is not being kind.
Well, look, being contested, although it has its issues, very much can benefit some of these teams. And so we'll see which ones will be the ones to benefit and which ones will just downright go off spawn and have to watch the rest of the game as we hop off of the battle bus once again.
We can see the players gliding through the wind, looking like birds in the sky. As we look over the center of the map here, you can hear the gliders being brought out. It's really the moment.
They really need to get some high ground on this one.
What Hen and Mr. Savage.
There we go, Mr. Savage. Take to the towers. Build it up high. Box it up. Come on.
We don't want it with you, It's cool. You can have it. We don't want any problems. Rickley and Sadie, they've not really been able to give
Oh,
them
crack him. One shot.
but maybe this will be the game where that's the other way around, because Stompy's obviously taking a big chunk of damage off spawn.
The minis come in, the chug splashes as well. I mean, Sadie now and Rickley, they're really ahead of their opponents in terms of loot. And if they decide to take that early engagement, they would have the dominance, the upper hand. But the question is, do they have the confidence to do it?
Okay, 2 teams in Rocky Real. Come on.
Kovacs and his duo partner up above, trying to find angles, trying to find openings to have a shot to make.
Come on, break it, break it, break it. Claim those walls.
Yeah, for neither of these teams, it's necessarily been the best of days, the best of starts. We obviously saw UN and Buzz winning off spawn a decent amount of times yesterday, but up against Kovacs and Zrox.
Box it up. Box it up. Why are you keeping an opening?
Streak going. Zrox and Kovacs won't make it easy for them. Two very talented players in their own right. Well, actually just opting to move away now. Doesn't want to fight over at the TV side. A fight that is happening though.
Oh, beautiful. Oh, I emoted. Oh, legendary.
Sadie and Rickley clearly taking this one personally.
That was hilarious.
It's just the duo feeling happy after coming out on top in their early off spawn fight. As now, I'm curious to see how this change for Mr.
Come on, take the
Savage
wall
and
fast.
if it benefits them or if it does the opposite. Like you were mentioning, Levin, they're not going to have that damage off spawn now, as they have nobody contesting them. So they have to maybe change up their routes to one that has more openings, puts them in a position to have more visibility and do that damage that they'll need.
On the minimap, you can see in the south.
Yeah, Mr. Savage and them already have 16 eliminations. That's 3 above the second team. That's crazy.
That sort of area for the grapple gloves, it seems. Shizo though and Force looking to roll on through and ruin the party of Rickley and Sadie. And that seems to be what they're doing. Force takes down Sadie and Rickley looks like he's going to follow suit as well. They're both pressuring from different angles, which is really nice. Just forcing him to make a decision, and the decision eventually was made. He decided to go back to the lobby, so Force and Shizo will win this fight. The cleanup crew coming in.
You know, the decision was made. Don't know if it's the one they wanted, but now Xerox and his duo partner Kovacs have gotten those 2 eliminations in the Rocky Reels. We saw that engagement kind of starting off beforehand. And Kovacs, and Xerox were the aggressors. And once again, the aggressors have come out on top, and that might be what we'll see here in Greasy as well. Our #1 duo, Noah Riley, Resin.
I love this 4th match. It's so aggressive. I mean, in Storm Circle 1, there's 74 people left. This is setting up to be one extreme end. Everybody's going to push up on that circle. It's going to move so fast, and it's just going to be something spectacular to see. I can't wait. Let's see how the next 15 minutes plays out, though. For now, the top teams are really pushing up on the eliminations. I'm enjoying this.
And that is the potential for really good things, of course. The Joneses is a really strong POI. You can get a lot of materials here. They can opt to farm their metal as well, as the zone is pull tools on north, so they can get there with relative ease. For HMS Establisher, the fight continues here against this duo, and they'll close things.
The win! Woo!
And now have Nada quickly following.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, come on in. Stick with Savage now. Please don't go down.
That's setting up really nicely for HMS Savage.
I mean, it's looking great for them. They, honestly, they're doing it perfectly. The Siptos, though, DKS, they don't have those eliminations. And they still need that damage.
73 play. Somebody actually went and rebooted, or 2 people rebooted in the first Storm. That's actually quite rare.
The duos here, they're kind of scattered around the islands on the edge of the map. If they haven't done the damage early, they'll have to put themselves in a position to do it.
Come on, mat up.
Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Farming up his tree.
farming up his tree. I think you said that wrong, definitely.
This is a position of the map that has a lot more duos close by, whether it be inside the bugle and the surrounding buildings.
I need to watch that high ground.
Any loot they have or confined.
That fort's quite high up. That looks like a Season 1 fort.
And to have that upper hand, but
Whoa.
I believe that Mini Miner
That's completely made of brick.
Thank you so much to Carter. Now we saw that Hen and Mr. Savage were uncontested. Now what happened to the team that were originally contesting them? It's Polly and his teammate landing on the grapple gloves nearby. Then elsewhere, of course, we're seeing another fight go down. We saw Fremont just go down. How did that all come about? He did end up clutching up the 2v1. So his teammate, Fakey, did go down, but that was the cause of another team coming in. Of course, Reason and Noah, they were trying to get this res, but it didn't happen.
That's a real tough one, right? You know that feeling.
That's really, really tough.
1v2, you think you've saved the game for you and your teammate, and then boom, somebody rolls in, especially if that person is Noah Riley and Reason. One of the worst feelings possible. Never really much you can do there, but hopefully we'll see a rematch at Greece.
There we go. Make some ground, boys. Make some ground.
We can see them now, feeling that much happier. I actually did see Mr. Savage and Hen close by. I mean, this is their area of the map close to the Tilted Towers. So first place team, second place team being close together could cause a bit of a shakeup. But hopefully with the damage they've already done, seeing that both duos do have eliminations, they won't choose to do anything too risky as Splash now Zohan have based up on the edge of the Daily Bugle here. Great vision of their surroundings. Lot of duos close by. So I believe that they should be able to be pretty confident here going into the later mid-game.
Walks and Robab. A team that holds plenty of firepower, and they've shown that at times so far this weekend. But I need them to show just a bit more. We've seen them handle Surge in different ways. Some games opting to take good positions, opting to take straight up fights in others. But for the Swedes, it's all about starting to find some momentum, some rhythm as they start to push towards a top 6 finish, maybe even a victory royale. Who knows? Let's not rule it out.
Anything can happen, right? You never know. We could see a last place team come out, take the high ground at the perfect moment and secure the victory royale. But it's for the people that are playing consistently, constantly making it to that end game, being in that threshold to qualify through consistency. It is top 6 as a reminder. But now default Stormy, right? They've got some initial tags, but you gotta be careful. You gotta look
Dear
around.
God, these teams need to move in. A Storm Circle is like way out, all the way there by Sleepy Sound. This is rough.
I think it's gonna be enough to make their opponents push. The zone did close further away, so they want to focus on the rotate here. They pulled up north, closer to the top northeast side of the map around the Daily Bugle. But now, Joe and Ziandi gonna have to do one of the longest rotates in the lobby. But be careful there, Joe getting cracked.
Yeah, he's looking out for somebody. Those are players that could hold them in. And this is a team that, again, a lot of people will be hoping can start to pick up the pace when it comes to their performance. Not quite up to their standards so far today, but there's no rush, right? Still got a couple games left. We've seen teams do greater comebacks in the past. For Kai and Tuan, after coming so close to qualifying straight through earlier today, they'll really be pushing. Of course, over here at Shifty Shafts, they have grapple gloves. They clearly have an idea of what it takes to win. They were so close to one in that crucial 1v1 earlier. But just need to now push all the way through. And even if not, just rise in the standings, right?
Actually making quite a bit of ground. If they keep on moving like this, that's a proper rotation.
This is a team that was close at times in previous competitions, but again, starting off slow today.
Switching back over, Mr. Savage Hen using a lot of materials to rotate here. They play more on that safe side. They're okay with using the materials, especially if you can reform it or play aggressive later and get those eliminations before the moving zones. And that's a standard for this duo. We always see them 2 or 3 eliminations going into that 5th zone or even more. But you got to be careful because you can put yourself into risky situations with a playstyle like that. Luckily enough, though, the amount of loot they have, they can take when they get shots like this, having the shield kegs, having the splashes, having everything they really need. But for a duo like Jackson Vico here, 3 eliminations starting it off. Legendary striker pump with the grapple gloves. I mean, the only thing they really need here is damage.
Yeah, and they will find damage available to them as they head over towards Sleepy. There are players here. And so it won't be impossible to get themselves up in terms of damage.
Cyanix squeeze now. Keep farming up. I feel like these players have adapted more to the new Storm Surge mechanic. They've gotten more used to doing damage, and they're not forced to put themselves into as risky situations. Still 72 players up. Vico on the feed taking down 1, but we switch over to Birch and Slimy. We're still in the zone as it closes, with still 40 seconds for it to close. I might have spoke too soon, as we're about to see a lot of engagements unfold.
Birch taking the time to use the medkit, that's probably going to be his best bet, right? On a solo on HP, he knows there's going to be people potentially looking at them as they move on in. His teammate Slimy is struggling, and actually has just been knocked straight up. Doesn't have any armored walls, and actually doesn't actually build around his teammate in time. A bit of a blunder there. And so Birch now is a solo in a duo's world. And even though they are moving past the bugle,
Hey Jake, bro, can you just sit down, bro?
If he is, it'd be a very admirable attempt. And if he's not careful, he's actually just gonna glide his way on into somebody else's box. It was Hen and Mr. Savage very close by. I might have spotted him. They're now using the grapple gloves to get into the zone, but you can see just how many players are here, still in the storm, not in the safe zone yet, even though it's close by.
I believe something caused this, because for the duo like Mr. Savage and Hen, I mean, they had more than enough damage to not worry about Surge, even Luke. Well, let's look at Rabav here. Walks, forced to use those chunk splashes. They're getting picked bit by bit by the Storm Surge, but hopefully they don't take a bite that's too big here as the duo they're going up against has the upper hand, the edge against them with almost 200 effective HP as they get more of an opportunity now.
This is a tight spot to be in, bro. They're 304 above at least. At least they know the storm is not gonna really give them lightning strikes, but these two are 62 below. I mean, this is dangerous. If they don't take damage right now, they're gonna go down. They're gonna go down so hard. They need to get some damage ASAP. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Oh, this is bad. This is bad. Oh, I just knew it. Like, it dropped straight down into that bloody... that was like, yo, yeah, shotgun me. Boom. Boom. Into the trap.
Multiple times as well for the rest of today.
It's not a trap you want to fall into, especially when you have the best of the best in the region prepared, waiting for you to do it. There's now Kiduo and his duo partner are above Surge, feeling good, feeling confident. But for a duo like Hen and Mr. Savage, they've been trying to get in the zone for so long. Although they had a lot of damage at the start, now Hen sliding down, almost like a surfer snowboarding down the hill and using that to his advantage. Getting a quick elimination. Hen, are you serious?
That was insane. I can't, honestly, that was crazy. Making use of the mechanics there to just glide his way on down into someone's box and then pairing that with the elimination. That was a nice play, to say the least. Joe, he's going to have to make and string together a bunch of nice plays. There are some mats there that he can use the gloves to loot in. Reason survive here. Oof. So close. Reason almost going down. The campfire will be a saving grace, but unfortunately for Noah Riley, he He wasn't able to find it in time, and so he goes down. Joe actually takes him out, and that's exactly what Joe needed. The problem for Joe is that as he goes into the zone, there's going to be so many people looking at him.
And Joe was so lucky there. Like, that guy missed that fire. That's bad. With 10 HP left, this is a terrible situation to be in.
The metal gets constructed.
Oh, no.
Coming in, the bullets ricocheting against flanking on the walls. Joe, less than 50 effective HP to work with, only at 39. He has the med mist and the minis, but not a lot of time to use them. As now
Come on, just use a mini as please. Use a mini, bro. Use a mini.
We'll be able to pop his mini and med mist here. But looking at the replay, we'll see how he got this elimination. Boxing up his opponent.
Oh.
Missing the initial shot, but was able to take him out.
There we go. That was nice. That was nice.
He's very lucky there after missing that shot.
He is actually quite lucky after missing that shot. I still can't believe that guy jumped in the opposite direction and not for a facial.
Team that has definitely been able to make their mark so far today. And they have the perfect sort of setup to be able to go through and have another top game. Unfortunately for Gunbury and Vacan, they're going to have to expend a lot of material to get into zone.
That was some beautiful damage. Get that? Oh!
And we're seeing the effects of that now as they sort of try and cheap it out.
Shields. He should have just cracked that guy's shields while he had that opportunity there.
And so ultimately, this is a team that, if they aren't able to even stay alive, will probably have to jump into someone's box to get their eliminations.
And that's not what you want to have to end up doing. You can come out on top, but it's just that much more risky.
216 above. Hey, they're in such a good position.
216 above. 9 charges on the grapple glove. His duo partner, similar. But a duo that does not have his mobility. High Chris and Vortex. And not only that, they're below Surge. Crack now to 43 HP. The danger levels keep increasing. The caution, the warning signs. They have to be careful here. Vortex gets cracked as well. Now both High Chris and Vortex are in situations you want to avoid as the metal builds come through. Using material after material, getting nervous, getting stressed out, not being able to edit. As now the storm is ticking them down. 32, 27, 22. Make it into the zone, but is it gonna be enough? It's not. As now it's all up to High Chris, but he as well.
Yeah, and the problem there for them is that once Vortex starts taking as much damage as he does, High Chris has to be the one to take over and lead to get them into zone. You saw Vortex just got too low to the point where he couldn't handle the pressure anymore. And High Chris eventually fell as well behind him.
PKR and Teak, they're looking more healthy on the good side here. I feel like they're hunting for something or opening a path for them to begin their rotate once the zone starts moving. But the chaos is shortly to begin. We saw the half and half zone. It pulled towards the south. And now these players have to decide what they're going to do to get there.
For the Siptos and DKS, they have got a journey to make. You can see them scouting out the rotation. And their choice is going to be to sort of swim, half build, it seems, to get their way on in. The Siptos and DKS having to spend quite a bit of materials, but they do look good on mats, and they actually are able to top themselves off just here as well, as DKS takes the lead in the reins of things. But this is a sight to behold. Hen and Mr. Savage. If you've been watching EU for a while, you'll be very accustomed to seeing Hen in these sort of positions. In the past it was with Queasy, but this season it's going to be with Mr. Savage. And so what can they do up from above? Will they be able to hold on?
I just really hope Hen holds on this time. He needs to be with Mr. Savage in that last top 5. If they do that, they can win it. They can win it. They don't have to worry about being in second place. They can actually go straight up to the finals. Because they deserve it. Mr. Savage definitely deserves being in a final spot. Definitely. There's no doubt in my mind at this point.
Kind of banking on that first moving zone that has pulled south. So all these duos that are up north have that much further of a rotate.
The big thing is that they'll be hoping and waiting for the teams using their grapple gloves to rotate in. Look for a time and wait for people to start fighting. If you hear those sound cues, that's when you start to make your rotation. That's when you start running. For Arto and Mixon, that's going to be the trigger for them.
42, when Storm 6.
Materials, so
They need to get elimination. If they don't get elimination right now, come on, get it so you can get that match. Oh god. Almost. Okay, from the bottom. Come on, get him. Oh, it's down. Shit. Oh. Okay, go. Yes. Go for the high ground, Mr. Savage. Please go for the high ground. There we go, Mr. Savage, all the way at the top. Come on. Once again, that's the fourth match in a row where him left him alone, bro. And I think this one is the worst of all of them. I mean, there's still 30 players left, and he went down. 17 squads, and he went down once again, and it's the fourth game in a row. What is even happening here? I bet Mr. Savage is going off his fucking mind right about now because I'm angry, bro. I'm literally angry at him right about now.
Still 4 charges to work with, a lot of opportunity here, but the problem, the issue, the materials, only 3 builds left for Joe here, 2 getting shortly down to 1. Joe needs to find an elimination.
Come on, Joe, you're gonna get knocked the fuck out. Come on. He was playing quite well. He was playing well. Joe was playing so well. But he got sandwiched, bro. Like, there was no way he would survive that. He didn't have the heals. There was too many teams around him. Grapple glove is needed in a situation like that. You need to get out. You need to get up. They need to stop playing on the floor. There we go. Oh! Over's killing it. I just wish Over would actually get a little bit more high ground. They're playing it quite low. There we go. Come on. You guys need to get Uru from there. Get Mr. Savage all the way up. Come on. Oh, this is terrible. This is terrible. 13 players left, and we're in Storm 8, and it's just about. It's moving awkwardly. Come on, if you don't get one drop, you're gonna be in serious trouble, dude. You have like approximately 5 boxes left, and you're done for. 5 boxes. Get a fucking kill. Oh no.
It's time to look for opportunities, for angles, for shots. It's Grapple Enjoyer. Enjoys piecing up his opponents as he also gets
okay, 6 boxes left, bro. 6 boxes. Don't box up. Break the walls. Don't box up. There we go. Get that refresh. Oh no. Oh.
Because their mats are running thin, but they don't care. They realize now the opportunity ahead of them for Grapple Enjoyer and Typo.
There we go. That's a beautiful opportunity. Drop like all the way down to the ground floor. Okay, at this point, I wouldn't be up this high. Definitely not. You need to get down there and push them. There we go. Go from the back. Here we go. Woo! Dear God, that was a beautiful play. Oh! That's a different type of victory royale crown, bro. That's different.
And winning it out and securing a spot in the final.
I mean, like, whoa.
It's the best way to do it for all those teams down below. And I'm really happy for this team. They impressed me at times during the qualifiers. Weren't able to do anything significant in the first part of the heat.
Yo, I'm still sad again. 4 matches in a row. Hen went down. Poor Mr. Savage. I hope he pulls through for Mr. Savage in the 5th match. Come on, it's going to be in top 6. No worries about that. But I want them to get that victory out. They deserve that 1,000 points. And I don't know, they've just been so consistent. I mean, these guys, especially Mr. Savage, Hayden's been getting some eliminations, yeah, no problem. But 4 games in a row where Mr. Savage had to play in a solo environment where it's absolutely heartsick, and that's just wrong, bro. That's just absolutely wrong. You need your duo spot. You need to be like a wall, stick together. I know you're going to break up. People are building crazy, but you need to stick together. You can't break up like this.
If there's ever a time to catch a second win, this is it, because after the halfway point, every single round has mattered so much more than the previous. If you're not able to actually collect that victory royale, but just excellent ground control the whole way through. Not only that, but I think that we saw Sweezy on more than one occasion just be so proactive with a lot of these engagements inside of the actual boxes.
Absolutely, and that box fighting prowess that we're seeing coming out in here is something that I look back to Chapter 2 Season 4 to 7 trios when I've seen him at his best, and I'm just like, I'm giving all those memories back, right? So I'm happy to see this. They're performing good. I'm seeing in the bottom left, they're in the top 3 there. So they're looking...
That's in the past. I don't know, for some reason this guy can't pull together with Mr. Savage. I don't know if they're not properly communicating. Is it trying to go his own direction? Is like, Mr. Savage, come on, I used to be the best. Whoa, I don't know what's going on here, but they really need to pull together for this last match. Otherwise, you can't get that 1,000 points, and that's what it's all about. You look so good if you go directly into the finals and don't just place in the top 6 duos, which is, it's still good. It's still good. I'm gonna give it to them. I mean, these lobbies are absolutely terrible, but it's still, it's all about, you know, like holding up that bragging rights trophy.
When they chose to go for that height retake, they didn't actually take it after the first moving zone. They waited until the second one, and that was when
there's actually 6 games today. There's not 5 like yesterday.
A lot of issues trying to actually knock them down. I mean, the fact that he got to wait until his perfect moment to actually challenge the ground team says a lot.
Quickly want to add Force, ex-FNCS winner from Asia, who moved over here. But of course, we've got the leaderboard up, Zeke.
Oh man, we only have a handful of games left.
Okay, at least Mr. Savage and them went into place 1. 23 eliminations. I mean, they're killing it, bro. Like 6 eliminations above place number 2, which is absolutely ridiculous if you think about it.
I actually told Tim best of luck with your team.
Oh yeah, that's it.
That was the only thing I said.
It's over there. But again, you see the top 2 teams all just slightly moving up 1. That was possible because our first place team, No Aurelian Reason, went down so early. They were really deep into zone.
Yeah, I think what really saved Hen and Mr. Savage there is the fact that they just had so many elims accrued. Despite getting knocked out a little bit sooner than what they were probably anticipating, they were looking relatively strong in terms of ammo, but as far as the materials were concerned, that was where they ran into some difficulties.
And I mean, once again, this is just all I feel like attributed to the Storm Surge changes we're seeing that happened this week. So do you want to talk a little bit more about this?
I might. Maybe talk a little bit about it, of course. This was a kind of northeast zone here, as we see. So a Daily Bugle zone in particular. So what you're going to see is a lot of these teams are going to be actually attracted to the Daily Bugle because this is like the highest point on the zone. Obviously, you've got our highlighted team up on the north here as well. And if we keep moving forward at this point, we're going to see a bunch. This is now the next zone that we've got. Guess what? Still in the same spot. No surprise there because all of these teams, notice these, we'll come back to these later, are moving way all the way up into this same position. So them being positioned in the zone with the kind of visibility of all of these players, and eventually all of these when move in is exactly what they need.
A Sanctuary and Coney Crossroads, it just felt like a total bottleneck scenario when actually trying to take positioning into the Daily Bugle. But more importantly, the congestion was just so much traffic for a lot of these duos trying to work through. Even the duos that had a little bit of height favorability weren't necessarily able to work with it.
Yeah, we said, because that was a northeast zone, we just saw so many teams up in that south side of the zone. all in there, super congested. But teams like this, like Zohan's team, who was up here early in this north side, easily just had so many tags. Just every team was just being drawn straight to them. Unfortunately, one of those teams we were pointing at in the zone that was deep down there was Noah and Reason, and that's pretty much just the reason for they went going down early.
The reason, you know, there's just so many different ways that this. I'm just gonna see myself out. Don't worry about it. This is the next game.
Oh man, I think he had too much drugs before the stream. Honestly, this guy's talking a whole bunch of shit today. Yeah.
I'm feeling great. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling on top of the world. We've just had some of the best semi-finals games I can remember to date, and I'm sure as we head into the last couple, it's going to get real intense because we've seen so many players, so many teams get so close game after game.
And that's what I love, right? You never really know what's going to happen. Are the top 6 going to stay strong, keep playing consistent, or is a duo that maybe had some unfortunate off-spawn events going to make it to the late game? And in that one late game they make it to, end up getting high ground, end up securing the Victory Royale and going to the final.
Well, that is one of the most interesting sort of dynamics to watch unfold, right? If you are a team that's very close on consistency, are you going to go back to your contested drop spot? We will not have to wait to find out. We're going to hop right on into things.
The players dropping in, drifting through the skies is now. It's really coming down to it. I mean, we were halfway through the tournament before, but now getting into these final matches, 2 more to be played out. These players are just feeling the adrenaline that much more.
It's all about staying composed at your off-spawn battle, making sure you have a good drop as well. We don't often talk about how important that is, right? But a lot of these players, I say a lot, not everyone, but a lot of them will spend hours and hours practicing their drops, making sure they're perfecting their drop maps as well. And clearly Ewan has got a nice little drop map on his hands because he's landed before Kovacs and Drops even knew what POI they wanted to go to, and he's taken shots at them already. They now have an uphill battle to climb off spawn. They will have time though to loot up on that side. Should be some decent shields and options for them there as well.
The thing about Rocky Reels is kind of have to take that engagement. It's not necessarily enough loot for 2 duos. As we go over to Sleepy Sound, which does have that north side and the south side. However, with 2 duos being in the south side, I don't think they're going to be happy splitting up the loot here, and we might see some engagements roll out. But just like that, we'll be seeing the same in Chonkers.
Pixie and Fork looking to try and make Clement play, and Pixie had a really nice angle onto Clement, waited a moment and finally did pick him up. Clement, not aware of his surroundings, didn't realize that the opening was there, and that lack of awareness may cost his chances of getting top 6. Because if Floki cannot clutch up, it's going to make that last game so difficult for them. Fork now actually almost folding, but Floki eventually did wilter away. Pixie and Fork win, and so now for Floki and Clement, they either have to have a massive, like, silly type of game 6, or just have a massive game 6. They don't really have a choice. They have to have a massive game 6 is what I'm saying.
They need to finish strong, just like the duo we're seeing here in the 14th place spot. Toos and Fury, they've been battling out the Daily Bugle, just like High Chris and Vortex have been battling it out here near the Reality Falls, and now you can tell already into game 5 of the tournament, this duo's hungry. They want to feast, they want their opponents eliminated, and they continue to apply that pressure. The shots come in, getting broken down as they continue looking around and finding an angle.
It's funny for Vortex and Hikers, right? They're scared off free-knocking Faki, who we saw over at Sleepy Sound. And so those guys don't want to fight off spawn here anymore, but instead they're just looking to take a fight with Raisin and Painter, who are nearby.
Shots still coming in, but not the aggression I like to see yet. As they look for that opportunity, it's too risky to go all the way in unless you know you have the edge on your opponents. As Vortex is looking for exactly that with his duo High Chris, they want a big shot that cracks their opponent and allows them to have that confidence to go in knowing they just have to hit one more big shot to get a knock and even possibly those 2 eliminations. But with the ammunition running low, Vortex only 6 shots for his Striker SMG, 10 for the 2-shot. which is really just 5. Vortex and Chris, they might have to change something up here.
Raisin and Pena are very low though. Or at least Pena is, so if he's not careful, if he doesn't have the protection of his teammate, things aren't going to be too good for him. Chris just continuing to pick away. Oh, and I like that. He sees the gas canister there and realizes, look, if I blow that out, that's going to cause some extra chaos. Maybe force them out of the way. And he actually forces them right in towards him, but that little bait was enough to allow some shots to come in, and Raisin now having to step away.
Gets cracked, gets knocked down low. But the issue for Vortex and Chris here was the loot. I mean, he had to give up his SMG there. Now using a burst assault rifle in the 2-shot. His duo Chris too, low on HP. The third party's looking at them.
These guys really need to get some health and watch their back. If Vortex is gonna get them though.
As now the disengage has come in, switching to the center of the map.
I really hope they pick up some bullets fast. I mean, they're running low, like extremely low.
They want to hold that.
Yeah, man, they stepped into the shoes of Tayson and Chapix, right? They're the ones who are most notably landing at this POI. And I wouldn't quite say they've been performing like Tayson and Chapix, right? But they definitely have impressed so far today. And we'll see if they can continue to do so. For Grapple, Enjoyer, and Typo, we've seen them in so many different late game scenarios.
Oh, that was a beautiful hit. Oh, hit him! Oh! Ooh! That must have hurt. Come on, get the... Come on, get that solo. Get that solo.
So low up above here. You've seen Fremont with crazy clutches before, but he's going to have to hit 2 of the biggest shots of his life. He's already dipped out from his POI Reality Falls to move over to Sleepy Sound, and now over at Shifty Shaft, being given some issues as well. Cannot find a break, cannot catch a break. Fremont goes down, and that is not the way they would have wanted this game to
Come on, Typo, push up, push up.
Grapple Enjoyer connecting what he loves, right? What he enjoys. Those nice shots. As now this duo feeling better in the 16th place spot. They're still 10 positions away from the top 6 with 2 games to be played out. The comeback can happen. Speaking about comebacks, we got Splash here. Takes down 23rd spot.
There we go. You need to eliminate him.
As now he just needs that one elimination, but the angle.
Come on, come on, come on.
Here. It's very important for Splash to not miss. He's just 1 away from getting the elimination. His opponent's already been cracked. The start of the mission has been done, but he has to finish it.
Splash. You know, 1x situation has to do a lot to stay in this one. We'll have time on his side, but the longer he waits, the more opportunity for Stompy to get back up and heal back up. And at this point, it's already destined to happen, and so he needs to just break away. The Stompy finally being revived. And in a 2v1 situation against Stompy and Ju, it's going to be a tough one. I don't think he'll fancy his chances. And so the best bet probably going to be to get away and look to reboot his opponent, or his teammate, sorry.
Yeah, I'd be surprised if he wanted to reboot his opponent, but looking now that he spent too much time searching for his one opponent, now being the 1 versus 2 like you brought up, Levin. We'll see if he does decide to disengage. However, if he disengages and there's duos in the surrounding area, it could be difficult for him. But for Wixes here...
Oh, I was so close. I was so close.
Duo partner, Polly, feeling good here. Good amount of effective HP, good amount of loot, but they must come out on top of this engagement.
I don't know, they need to be moving a little bit more to the side. I don't know, it feels like they're opening themselves up to the front too much.
Anytime you do take a fight in this area, such a flat open area, it does leave potential for teams to get involved in third party. For Pablo and Swag, it's just not been the kind of day to ride home about. They have to turn things around. They have to try and...
Oh, that was not the best steal, but it worked. At least he has one of the striker SMGs. It's not bad. That's not too bad.
We saw the dominance from this duo in the last match in the late game.
Oh, push it up, push it up, push it up. There we go, push it up. Oh, so close.
That blood rushing through them as they want to finish it out strong. Currently in the 2nd place spot. They've moved so far up the leaderboard. that they want to keep doing just that. Even scaring their opponents away, it seemed.
Their opponents are running, bro. Like they're like they're in second place. If they get to us, we're gonna get knocked the hell out. No doubt about it.
Do I keep it as now his opponents have come back?
And look, they've pulled a zone as well. That'll give them some extra time if they do want to actually take this fight. Maybe that is
Second storm phase, 85 players. This is what I mean. The lobbies start getting so aggressive, and it's absolutely brilliant then, because the box fights at the end, when you do actually get to storm circle 7 or 8 and it starts moving, it's just absolutely chaotic. You get people that's fighting on the ground, you get people that's fighting in middle ground, you're getting people that's fighting in high ground, and then extreme high ground. I mean, this is the type of matches that you really, really hope for when you're watching the semi-finals. Like, everybody wants to get over to that qualifier and actually be inside the final. So yeah, this is going to be something indeed. Okay, so they are currently team number 5, 97 default DGP. They definitely have an advantage to stay in that top 6. They just need to keep on pushing. If they can get another high placing round and push these points up to at least like I would say about 100, 140, they're pretty close to Mr. Savage and him. Like I still believe that Hen and Missing Savage needs to push it. They need to get that win. They deserve it. I mean, their consistency is absolutely brilliant. Hands down is even consistent. That's how consistent this team is. I mean, 4 out of 4 games, like, seriously, he went down and he left Mr. Savage to be solo, which is like, what? Like, seriously.
Replicate some of their previous ones. The Citos and DKS, though, just on that line. Not much metal here for the Citos. Maybe the Hills box them up as they head closer and closer towards the beach. The Citos and DKS. Definitely a team that's had some good moments. They need to hope and wish for a couple more, though.
This 2 is actually moving quite smart.
You know, they're on the borderline of qualifying. They've had a few setbacks. But without a setback, Levin, you can't make a comeback.
They're actually moving quite smart if you think about it.
Can make that happen here. As now looking back at Zohan,
send me a party invite and you'll be able to hear me. Just remember to include party audio into broadcast. No, I'm not. I'm not. I'm speaking to the chat. To my YouTube chat.
Isn't too bad. They will have a lot of vision on teams coming in lane. Like Squeeze and Podosite. They have moved far into the zone, which is nice to see.
Somebody's tapping them. Oh yeah. Spotify will definitely take first over chat.
To get them into the safe zone when needed.
141 above Storm Surge for X, Squeeze and put aside. Splitting up the loot, splitting up the shields.
No, yeah, I'm definitely talking, bro. Like, did you send me a party invite? Hold on. I can go over to notifications and just grab it up from there.
Running even deeper into the storm. Like they know something we don't hear. Coop low.
There we go.
Okay, so it does not take over, it just takes over the game chat.
Yeah, just over the game chat. It's set to friend zone, you remember?
Bro, this is gonna make my life so much better.
Come on. This every smiling is standing in the middle of my stream, dude. How the hell am I supposed to look at the screen if you're like that? I need to watch that storm circle. Let me just move up a little bit. Oh no, he's doing it on purpose. I'm gonna have to just find myself another spot. I hate when people do that. Why do you have to come and stand right in front of me? Come on, leave me alone. Oh, push it. Oh, beautiful. One, push up. Oh, that Storm ate that guy like he was breakfast. I'm just watching Mr. Hen and Mr. Savage over there. Finally, Hen is with Savage. I like that they're pulling together for once in this bloody match. They should just not split up. As soon as Hen leaves Savage, he will get knocked.
Oh, I just went live with the last match.
No, there's still two. This is the second last match, bro.
Well, I called it the final, so.
Don't really have high expectations for him in this game.
Yeah, I mean, no shields, no medkits, no bandages, and just 17 HP, which has been brought down to 0.
Oh.
To the lobby. He goes for Chawa now. Cherry, 15 points on the board. This is one of the duos.
It's actually a smart move moving up next to the buildings.
To change a bit. It might not be for the high ground.
That's some proper quality.
That's real, and that's only on 480, bro.
Dear God, that's proper quality.
They want to take home that ticket to the finals is a
There's already someone else in there, so.
Being in second place, they just want a consistent amount of points for these next 2 matches.
Oh, come on.
I've been dead for years.
They're good positions. Continue dealing damage as players are.
Okay, come on, Mr. Savage. Golden, get out of that bloody bush and box yourself up, man. Come on in.
So you can't hear my music, right?
I can't hear your music.
That's dope as fuck.
I actually quite enjoy playing Fortnite while I even have my YouTube running because it makes my screen a little bit smaller.
I don't know what it will do to your stream, because where do you put your cam? If you put your cam in that little box, it's gonna be fucked.
And that's why I say, like, even when you do a share screen, you can't broadcast it because it counts as a camera, so you need to choose one. End up choosing the second screen. Come on, Crackling, it's white, push up. Did he
slip away?
He slipped away, it's just here. He slipped away in the storm. Oh, beautiful, he has him. Oh, Typo just got cracked, bro.
I mean, Typo was slithering around like a snake there for a moment, but for how long could you do it's the question. He did go down.
If only he boxed himself up while he was running, man. He was like all up in the open and then he went up in the air thinking he's fucking Spider-Man.
You can tell they want it. They want it badly. Joe gets cracked though. Andy forced to go directly in. He gets the elimination.
Oh, beautiful, Andy, beautiful. He took out one of the wave boys.
Keeps increasing as Andy drops down, tries to get
Whoa. Okay, he's here.
Reinforced walls getting placed. They might have just
these guys are fucking cracked.
Bro, you have no idea, bro. I'm watching this Andy guy. I've been watching him since game 3, you know, like.
Wasn't yesterday like much more quicker on eliminations, right?
It was a whole lot more. Like today, the storms are lasting very long. I mean, like, we in storm circle number 3 and there's still 54 players left and 28 teams. 28 teams left in Storm 4. Oh, the match can only last that long. Keep on breaking. He's on metal already. Oh, Bob's down. Oh, there they go. Beautiful. The Spodasai, or however the hell you say it, the elimination rate in this match is beautiful. Oh, there we go.
Qualification threshold. The Shitsos and DKS are looking to do that as they continue to move on up. 4 eliminations now. Maybe going to add 2 more, depending on what they do to these players on the other sides of their walls. They're trapped in between 2 teams right now, a sandwich situation, and so the Shitsos
move up.
But as they creep their way on into the zone, this is a team that is a scary one for the rest
Oh my God! They just took another one.
And they take you out. Vic 6 is the one that falls.
Whoa, these guys are definitely gonna push up to play 6.
That's gonna give them a booster going into this late game here. Player that might need it though.
What's the edit button?
Default 84 below. He has players looking at him. I believe they know he needs the damage, but he hits the shots needed. It's not going to be enough, though.
He's looking to do the damage, and understandably, he has the heals to out-heal if necessary, and he can rotate via the dead side of the zone, just behind him to the right. There are lines of sight with the trees, but he knows that
I'm loving how Hen and Savage is playing at this point. They have the low ground. I actually do appreciate that. I feel they have such a good opportunity to actually move with that storm, and once you reach circle 8 and they have that entire lower region boxed up, they have this in the pocket.
But the opportunity is not being taken to a full effect here, as now he might have just seen an opportunity. We'll see if he ends up being up here later on, but X-Sweeze put aside 3 eliminations. We saw how strong they were looking.
Oh, that was beautiful. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful crack. They're still 254 above.
To work with, they need a refresh. They need elimination.
Come on, just one elim. Give them one elimination. But they need to watch the.
So the points are already up there. They in it.
Yeah, no, they're in it. They're definitely in it, bro. But they need to watch. They're only 261 above. If they don't crack somebody and get that shields, they're on their last heals. They're going down then. There we go. It's beautiful. I'm loving the low play though. This is a smart idea. Somebody's gonna drop down to the floor and they're gonna be able to steal a kill. Oh, how much is this one below? He's already getting storm struck. He doesn't have any health. He's about to go down. If he doesn't get that kill, he's in so much trouble. Oh, Andy is at the top, taking top ground. That's crazy. If Andy is at the top, that's a little bit of a problem. But let's see if Mr. Savage and them can pull through once again. No. Keep the top ground. Keep the top ground, Andy. Oh, there we go. Connect those boxes. Oh, that was beautiful. Okay, it looks like Mr. Savage and N is moving up. They're moving up. Holy crap, he has 10 health left. Oh! Somebody capitalized and they broke him like 10 health. There was just no way. There was just no way.
Being so stuck inside of these builds down below, you just don't have the opportunity to use them. But for DKS to sip those, they're already ahead of zone.
Oh, this DKS is killing it today. How many limbs there? Whew. Mr. Savage, 2 eliminations again. There we go. Get up, get up. You need to get on top of Andy now. Come on. Get up. Go to your right. Go, yeah. There we go. Oh, beautiful knock. Oh, that storm has him. That's a straight up elimination. There was nothing there from. Oh, Sweeze is down. Okay, DKS also on 2 eliminations. Okay, dude, you need to find some fucking heals. You need to catch up on the elimination. Wave, come on. You guys also been performing pretty well.
Right now you can see Mr. Savage have not retaken the high ground yet, as Teak as a solo has no materials to work with. Only 1 mini, but we're in JJ2 from popping off in the last match, looking to do something similar here. 2 uses on the grapple gloves, but a strong duo we've been seeing throughout this whole end game. DKS, Deceptos, they are looking for an angle.
Oh, come on, Hen. Stick with Savage now. You need to dick ride the hell out of that guy. Come on. Hen, move back, eh? Oh, no, Hen. Oh. Oh my God. No, this guy needs to win it. Like, give him the finals crown as well. Fuck it. Best player I've seen in the semi-finals. Definitely best player I've seen in the semi-finals for Europe thus far. Like, DKS is good. They're good. But, come on. Ah, that's so sad. But still, I mean, Savage...
If they get the points, that's all that matters, bro.
Bro, they're still gonna be in first place. I mean, that Savage, it was holding on, bro. It was holding on so hard. Head went down in game 5 like normal. That's 5 in a fucking row. Anyway, it was good. It was a proper play. But Andy and Joe, they have higher ground. They've been having it for a while now. I mean, like, they're getting quite a bit of knocks. So fast, they're staying above Storm. You know, Storm Lightning. It's just really good. Come on, Andy, stay on top. Oh, he knocks Juicy. Come on, you got it. This one is going to Andy. Come on, Andy. They don't. He doesn't have help. Come on, break him. Don't let him come into the zone. Come on. They deserve it. Oh, he's down. It's going. The Storm's gonna knock him. There's no way. Unless he has a grappling hook and he can get straight. Oh, there they go. I thought as much. What? The boys took the high ground, bro. I mean, like, they had the high ground for... I mean, like, what? What? What the hell? Even well done. When he knocked 2C, that was such a job. I was like, oh my god. Oh, Yandy and Joe.
Andy has definitely woken up from being asleep in game 1 of semis day 1 to waking up today, securing the victory royale in the 5th match. So it was not an easy day at all for this duo, but they made it happen.
Look, I hope the analysts are awake because it is time to break down so much heading into this final game. So let's just send it over to them as soon as possible.
It's impossible not to be awake after a game like that, and as Takata said, if you didn't hear about it, Andy missed out on game number 1.
We had the final match. 4 minutes until the final match for round 2. Let's lock this down and get a W. I'm just joking. I'm not playing.
Like, honestly, I'm quite excited for this. Your party chat's incorrect, bro. You need to set it the other way.
My party chat is incorrect, you said.
Yeah, change it over. Yeah, I still hear you a little bit double, a little bit lower. Yeah, that's good.
What do you say?
Yeah, that's good.
So if I put it like this,
yeah,
is that still okay?
Yeah, that's still okay. You see, the thing is,
what about that?
No, then I can hear myself slightly in the back.
That's crazy, cause then you have to, like, maybe, I don't know, I hear my music louder. I still have to do all those settings.
Yeah, it's the first time you're Spotifying while you're actually playing games, so it's
PS5,
to have some
the PS4 was really easy, cause everything was just there. My time to figure it out.
And in all honesty, this team is like a staple of the region, I think, by this point.
Yo, get the pixelation away from us.
Okay.
The first place we have Guild in.
We got Mr. Savage and in. Still in first place. That's beautiful. Even if they do take top 6 and not take that 1,000-point win, I'm still pretty proud of the boys. I'm not so proud of Guild in. Like, oh my god. 5 games in a row.
The Vortex made a win yesterday.
I
don't
think.
see his name on the board, so yeah, they're probably
Yeah,
already in the finals.
I think they won like game 2 or game 3
I'm pretty sure
yesterday.
they won the first game. No, Vortex died real quick in the first game. It was the second game they won.
Yeah, but definitely they did. I remember the scoreboard of the top 6 changing up, so they had to take one of the days. I'm not exactly sure why, but I got like light ammo bullets, 178 of them. Why even?
It's just for the tap so that the storm doesn't eat them.
No, when I press up in my backpack, I got 178 SMG bullets, like striker SMG bullets.
Oh, I have 5 SMG bullets.
That's strange. I wonder why that carries over.
I just dropped 25 coins. Do you want them?
Where?
In front of me.
I'll take them. Yeah, man. Sorry guys, let me just put on a glow. Let me put on a glow while we wait for them to actually go ahead and launch up the final game. Game number 6. It's quite interesting.
W key, Alex, yo, please, bro. Why?
I can go for a purple glow. That's nice. There we go. That's pretty cool. Okay, I do apologize for that. I'm back here. I'm back. There we go.
45 seconds. Let's go.
They're still up there, right? We're looking good. We might actually get a day here in Chapter 3 where all of our predictions are right for once, but we only have this final game.
I found like the perfect spot where your character kind of goes out of the screen. It's a little bit laggy still, but it seems like it's going to pull through soon.
In a red cup. I don't know what it is.
Hey, you stop singing your Spotify songs, bro. I can't hear it, eh? Hey, you. Get out of the camera.
Put your Spotify on and you'll see. Yo, what's wrong? Pixelation. There we go.
I don't know. There's been quite a bit of errors. Like, after match number 2, they had to actually take a break because the battle pass didn't want to launch all of their teams in the same session, so they had to completely cancel the lobby.
Oh my god.
Yeah, and then it took approximately 15 to 20 minutes before they started up game 3, which was actually out of the ordinary. That's why it's running quite a little bit longer than usual.
To see what these players have in them. The players like Levin and the analysts were breaking down, or I mean,
I don't know, like
that. Pixelating, bro. Fuck. This
mine's also freezing, eh?
Yo, Fortnite, get your shit together.
I have 0% package loss. Come on.
There we go. No, stop freezing.
Mine is like pixelating bad. Like I might have to actually go and move my position, see if I can get a better camera view.
No, this isn't even fun, bro.
Okay, come on, fix it. It's a final game.
You're gonna fucking start freezing like this. You're gonna make me throw up.
Come on, this is a final game. You can't be messing around now.
There we go. Just go to the top. Just go to the top.
I'm all the way at the top.
Welcome to the stream. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and tickle that little bell. I'll never miss another ever IO stream in your life.
Okay, so they're getting their POIs, bro. They're getting it fast. It seems like everybody's trying to be fierce. The amount of speed that they use to actually land in. I'm seeing Loot Boy already having some guns. Like I've been seeing some pretty well played matches from this kid. Like seriously, man, this guy's been knocking. They're just not in that top 6 position. But I'm pretty sure they have a chance of upping their points, and perhaps if they don't make it today, at least make it in day 3.
NA East and NA West has some better fucking servers. Look at this freezing shit.
It keeps on freezing, bro. Like I don't know, Fortnite servers suck, bro.
It was also freezing.
It's also freezing, and I have like a position where everybody's like not even in my vicinity. I mean, like, not even close.
No, it's not from us. It's not us that's lagging. That's their broadcast. I'm pretty sure it comes from Twitch, and Twitch always fucks with your stream.
Okay, Deucey is back again. I really hope he doesn't get shot in the open again. Box yourself up, bro. Box yourself up.
So what do you think, right? Should we... I forgot what I wanted to say.
I don't know, it seems like we get more pixelation if we're running two of them at the same time.
Oh, what I wanted to ask, because I got jobs enabled and stuff, you think the next one I should put on Twitch?
Well, it's more or less kind of the same views. Maybe people will stick around a little bit because it is Champions Honor, bro. It has to do with FNCS, so it kind of makes sense. I tried Twitch for a couple of minutes. I don't know, it just completely messed up my broadcast. So
I'm really losing fucking quality though.
I'm getting pixelation drops on the stream, especially
been
when
this way the whole night.
No, it has been pixelating, but not as much. But it seems like every time that they rotate camera in this last match, it's actually lagging out.
When I turn my camera on?
No, when they turning player camera, when they switch between player to player.
Oh, so it's not us.
No, it's literally Fortnite that's fucking up.
Because obviously we saw last game they dipped, they went to Sleepy Sound, then they were over at Ship Deep. Shafts where they got destroyed and went down, and so now back over at Reality Falls.
Oh!
Like we're watching a VL. What do you call those tapes?
It feels like we're watching hackers play, bro. Like, literally, it feels like these people have aimbot and unlimited builds, but it's not the case at all. Like, they just look at that mats, bro. They mat up like beasts.
Stop freezing.
It's actually quite strange zone. And these people,
yo, that's actually looking kind of cool. Look at my screen, bro. Don't even see my player.
Yeah, like that's what I did previously. It's like when you go one step down just from the top step, then you can like remove your player out of the shot. But it seems like it kind of creates more of that fluctuation in graphics. I don't know why are they not really moving up. Icon seems quite dead.
He sits in 10th over here at Sleepy. Oh, sorry, not Sleepy.
Okay, but anyway, it's still Storm 1, so let's see. They need to get these drop kills fast. I mean, like, these people are matting up at the speed of light.
Especially when you're so close to qualifying.
So close, so close.
They are the aggressors in this engagement. They're above.
As the music in my ears can make me outplay live streams for forever now, bro. It actually really works.
I wonder if that Spotify doesn't put a whole lot of data. I can't anticipate, bro. Why the fuck am I paying for a gig per second line, but it performs like 100 meg per second?
I can't hear you. What you saying?
I'm saying, why am I paying for a gig per second line if it's performing like 100 meg per second?
Where do you test it? No, it's not nothing to do with us. That's screen. Bro, that's like 8 kilometers away. 8,000 kilometers away. That means, you know, it's actually doing pretty well.
Dear God, bro, Netflix, come on. Soap today, come on.
Mine's clean now, though. Like where I'm sitting at this point.
It's much better.
Sometimes it pixelates, but it stopped freezing.
It's like their ping is so low that our ping is not even fast enough to display it while watching a video.
Probably.
Zaka and Ark pushing through his opponent's build slab by slab.
Oh, what a elimination!
They've secured those 2 eliminations. And
They-
they rotate. It did not take as long as I would have expected. So now they'll have that chance to keep going and start to rotate. But for Teak and PKR, 100 points on the board. They're not in the 6th place spot, but they
Okay, not bad. They have a proper rotation. They got mats, they got heals, they got shields. PK29 has a chance in this one if they can get to more eliminations. Mr. Savage taking Rocky Reels once again. Can you get some shots off there, Mr. Savage? Eat that box at the bottom. No, one at the top, yeah.
So can I get you a drink, bro?
Yeah, I think so. I'm thirsty. You don't want to make some coffee,
Can I
please?
leave my cam on?
Yeah, you can leave your cam on. Can you please make me some coffee?
Hmm?
Can you please make me some coffee?
No, alcohol or nothing.
Okay.
Which is honestly the last thing I would have expected to see from this team.
Especially being contested in the first 2 or 3 matches of the day, from dominating their off spawn, causing their opponents to go somewhere.
God, and get to Mr. Savage. I don't know what's up with this duo team today. Like, what? Hen is supposedly one of the best Fortnite players of all time. He went down 5 out of 6 matches before Mr. Savage. Mr. Savage was cracking that eliminations, and then once again, they're not together. That frustrates me. When you play duos, you need to be together. You need to play like one person. I get this is like you need to get multiple tags in multiple locations at the same time, but oh my god, stop being apart.
You just have to take them. Shields having to be popped as the zone continues to close. Over here at Kondo, we have teams battling it out. Gunbury and Vacan have their eyes set as it camp in the bush.
Getting a little cozy here. Hopefully they can turn it into their own campsite. But quickly enough, they will have to move as they look around, look for the shots. But with already 2 eliminations for Gunbury, I mean, they should be pretty good, especially for these first zones. However, now, the zone does pull more to the southern west side of the map. In the desert, it's going to get hot. It's going to get humid for these players. And they have to stay freshed up, full on shield, if they want to stay up.
Aiden and Hardfine had a real rough start to the day. There were a bunch of games where we literally just saw them going down to search. They couldn't get a grip on things. But for them to come through in this last game, that would be the comeback story. But somebody who can tell us about all the other teams trying to make comebacks.
The Wave boys are really killing it. I mean, they just reached 151 points. I mean, this is brilliant.
I'm just trying to figure out the sound.
I don't know what you do, bro, but I'm thinking your Spotify's messing around.
So if they can clutch up here, get the reboot, it would be an absolute miracle. Hopefully for them, they'll be able to find it. Maybe they have already. We'll have to tune in with them later on, as well as Disiptos, who's sat in a really good search position, as well as a striker, a gold striker.
Oh,
So really looking good.
this Disiptos and DKS is on fire.
Really shows that these players are
Still rooting for Mr. Savage, so definitely. I just feel like the consistency, like I said previously, has been there.
Bro.
Oh, that's beautiful.
I
Anyway,
couldn't let it soft, yeah.
like I said, the consistency between Mr. Savage. Okay, just
bro.
I'm muted, bro. Like your sound is whack because you're trying to listen to music and play party at the same time.
Oh no, I just put it down. How's it now?
Yeah, I can hear you. I don't know if you can hear
I
me.
can hear you perfect now too. I just turned that shit down, sorry. I tried to turn my music down and then first I did the headset, but it's cool now. Yo, why doesn't it sit for a long time? It's supposed to fucking sit for a long time.
It depends. You need to be out on the platforms. If you're not out on one of the platforms, it won't sit forever. These people are they three.
Actually, everything is blue. We have to turn everything blue. Do you have a remote with you? Hmm?
No.
No, this is the other one. Why isn't this on though?
Situation here. Being on the cutoff.
Oh, it's plugged out.
It's not an easy place to be. But it's a good place to be because you're that much
I
closer.
think blue should work. Yeah, and then make your TV blue too. Oh, and then we fit in with all that blue.
And now Teak is looking to see what his options
Yo.
are here. They do have to rotate, but there's so many duos close by. You can see at the bottom right.
I got pollinated nose, bro.
Hey, stop talking shit and watch some Fortnite.
Hey, shut up. Talking shit's my fucking middle name.
Because Aware and JJ2 do not mess around. They haven't messed around today.
At least I put my cam on.
Oh! That was
At least I put my cam on. I'm afraid that people say what they want to say.
Box up, dude. There we go. Hit that shield. He just put another tag on him. This guy's tagging is insane. Oh, he went down.
With his pants down,
Oh, he got knocked the fuck out. He was tagging so well, bro. I was seeing a 27, 27, 29, 27. Boom, dead.
That is not a situation you want to be caught in. Levin is now.
So you ready for all nighter of this?
Dear God, I'll probably just let my stream run. I'll probably just let my stream run.
Yeah, keep it running.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're just gonna have to change the name though.
Yeah, no, I know that.
It's going from EU to NA.
Yeah, but it's still gonna be like a 2-hour difference, which means I need to stay away.
No, when this is finished, there's no 2-hour difference anymore. Then it's like a half an hour.
You're crazy, bro. It will start at 12 o'clock. Oh yeah, you
Bro,
might be
I'm
right.
not wrong.
You're not wrong. Definitely not wrong.
Definitely not wrong. It was 2 hours an hour ago.
That's rough, bro. That's rough.
But I think I have to switch over to Twitch though.
Definitely, like, you got one person watching you. That's not good.
Or do you see that on my phone? My phone doesn't show it correctly. Let me just go in again.
You got one person watching you.
That's sad. What can I say if I call y'all? But I gotta go fix my hair, bro. What's wrong with it? I don't know.
Stop worrying about your hair and stop worrying about Fortnite.
It's not me in a match, bro. So.
Bro, you should see how some of these people look. They're playing semi-final. Their webcams come up and they look like they're fucking chameleons. Their eyes going different directions. Why are you caring, bro? Why are you caring? Honestly. Oh!
You know I'm a self-conscious piece of shit, bro.
Box it up. Oh!
Hit him, bro.
Wow, there's one team I'm watching that, you see that golden boss?
Vitality.
No, the golden boss, Mr. Savage and him.
Look at this piece of fucking shit.
He's been playing pretty well, bro. It's been...
No, look on my screen, bro. Yeah, get the fuck out of here. He just came stand on top of you and just blocked everything.
I thought you were talking about Protosci. Like that guy's been praying. What the fuck with the eliminations, bro? They're at 151 points. They're definitely going to reach top 6. There's no doubt about it.
And it's not over yet, Levin. The rotate still has to come through. 25 seconds until the zone closes. It's pulling directly to the east of them. They have a long ways to go. They have the choke splashes and the med mists, but they have to make it in. We'll look at Mixon though here with Ardor.
Mixon is in trouble.
They were looking so good. They were based up. They had the damage, but now
Oh! Whoa! Shit! That was a good one. That was a double bump to the freaking body.
The duos that are rotating in late also do.
Come on. I need you to see. Go up, Mr. Savage. You need to get some height on that.
Relaxed, but with Storm Surge becoming active, that relaxation only lasts a millisecond.
They're 599 above. They have no worries. Yeah, exactly. They've been putting tabs on every single duo squad that they've been coming across. And 2C is once again on the bottom floor.
and that's exactly the goal in mind. Eventually, they will start looking for eliminations because
no, but 2C.
they are starting to think about that team beside them. But fortunately for
You guys need to go up. You need to go up.
DKS Decepto still up and going. We saw that they were a little weak on materials earlier on, and I believe it was DKS, so Deceptos does have a decent amount, 48 builds.
So over here, my cam is in the way. Okay, I just know that shit. But if I go up here...
Not bad, eh? DKS got 54 builds, bro. DKS in the previous match was clutching. He was clutching it for real.
It could be difficult as Blatcha, though, and his duo partner don't have to worry about that. They're already in the zone.
That's what we want.
Oh, fuck off. That was a nice tap, though. But they need to close up the box. They're gonna get sandwiched.
We've seen things turn around so quickly for teams in strong positions prior to this. Stormy right in default, very much in a strong sort of position when it comes to the surge, but they will hope for a good zone pull. Fury, unfortunately, doesn't have Tooth with him anymore, and on such low HP, well, the zone stopped here. No, he has to create another box, but he doesn't have many materials. And so now it's just going to tick away to the...
Oh! Wow! Oh! And he gets a tab! Oh!
Oh god. Just inside of the circle.
Oh, but at least he got the elimination, bro.
Yeah.
They'll be back tomorrow, bro.
Let's look at karma, bro. Let's look at karma.
They're hungry, bro. They're hungry. No,
they still have a little bit of points only, though.
If the only way Karma can make it is if they take the victory round, which is not gonna happen.
Or if they get like at least 15 elims.
No, I see that it's not possible. I've been seeing them keeping proper tabs on the people. They're getting their hits in.
But Sweezy is down. Sweezy is going. Oh, I thought so. Sweezy is out.
No, bro. Like I don't know. They've been getting their tabs, but they're not being consistent. They've not been placing. They've been getting knocked out in a storm. There's just no way. They're not gonna make it today. Perhaps tomorrow they have a chance. Like they are a pretty proper duos. They play well together. I'm not gonna lie when I talk about that. But it just feels like they play too open. There's so many room for error. It's absolutely ridiculous. Like. I'm not even good in arena, but I know if you open up a little hole, they're gonna snipe you through it, or they're gonna put a tab on you with the orc. Like, oh god. They're rotating. That team is rotating pretty well. But still, there's Mike Mixon just saw that guy.
Bro, I'm not even gonna lie. This Spotify as like my old playlist I used to always listen to, and it's fucking banger.
That's what they put armor wool and it's not their own. Oh, that's terrible. Oh, there's another one sideways in as well.
They're good. There's a big circle. They're gonna trap him inside his own shit. So just have to build him close so that he has a lot of chopping to do.
The problem is the match is not looking good in that team. I mean, like, it's really not looking good.
Oh, well, he has over 700 mats. That's not bad, bro.
But for Hen and Mr. Savage being in the middle of the zone, you can tell they don't want the victory royale, but they want that first place. They want to hold that consistency strong. As High Chris and
you see, they know they're in first place. I know they're in first place. Everybody knows. I hope they really join up tomorrow and actually play another. I would really love to see them getting an actual victory royale, getting that 1,000 points.
I bet you they will be 4 rounds. How many rounds are there? 3 or 4?
Tomorrow's day 3, so there's still 23rd and 24th.
So there's 4 rounds, right?
This one's 6 games, right? But 4 rounds in a semi. 4 days, basically.
There weren't going to be many opportunities there for Mr. Savage and Hen. They were looking at the less congested side of the zone. They need to turn to their right if they want to find players. For Combeck, though, he might want to...
Oh my goodness, what a tab!
6th place spot for Dombek. It is crucial for him to stay up here. He uses the grapple glove. He continues to rotate, being on that borderline. You cannot go down yet. In the meanwhile, though, we dub.
Oh no, no, not now. Oh, go Gumbry, go, 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 up, 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 up.
My favorites are already out, so it doesn't even matter for me no more.
My favorites are still in. Savage and N is still there. I just say, oh, Hayden doesn't fuck it up again.
My favorites are already in finals.
Oh, no, Mr. Savage is my favorite, bro. That guy can fucking kill like a boat. Look at that height. Look the
Vortex and then Manuel. Or
no,
is it
bro.
Samuel?
Look at the height. Look at the height of Mr. Hen and Savage. Look at that height, bro. Yes, just here. What? Look at them.
I'm looking. I'm watching. My little bitch went and stood up again. Couldn't even pay attention to that.
Oh, wait, watch out, Hen. Oh, Hen is gonna go. Fuck him. Oh, Mr. Savage got no. It's the first one out of 6.
6 teams.
That's fine. Mr. Savage and N take position 1. No doubt about it, bro.
Bro, that's one solo. 10 players, 6 teams. No. That's 4 solos. But we saw what solos can do in this shit.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Gunbry, they still have that high ground. They need the victory royale, but 6th place spot, the cutoff, 136 points. It's default. It's Stormy right, and they're getting into the action.
Oh my goodness, what a dab.
They got that.
You can see they're running out of material, so it's going to be an essential. What would need to go absolutely ballistic if he had a chance.
Oh my god. Oh, MDS is down.
They need a victory royale if they have any chance of qualifying.
But a duo that doesn't need the victory royale, they just have to get to that top.
Oh, but break it up.
It's Stormy right, and they continue their wrath below as they get ahead of zone here. They have an opportunity now. They have
Why don't I hear any more music? My playlist finished? Oh no, there. It's just slow sometimes. Apologies if the cam went on.
There we go. He picked up boxes. This guy's in trouble. He has 3 boxes left, then he's done. Oh, big shot. Oh, he went down, but that was beautiful. Oh, so beautiful.
3 teams, 5 people, 2 solos.
Oh,
oh,
beautiful, good.
2 versus 2.
Get to the low ground.
What do you think? Dives or the other team?
Low ground. Low ground's gonna take it.
Thinking top G.
Yeah. No. Kaido.
Yeah. It's his partner.
Yeah. Low ground's gonna take it. They might have height advantage, but these people can tap.
No, low. I'm rooting for
the
low
you see?
one. Oh,
He's
low. He's down.
Oh! I told you. I told you. I told you.
You was right. Was that the final game?
That was the final game.
GG's, motherfuckers.
Well done. Well deserved. They played.
I could only play half that much.
I mean,
half that good.
Match 4, match 5, match 6, they actually deserved that win. Like, they were on fire. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. Like, that was absolutely crazy. I don't know how you say it. Adios, Kirio. It's like, adios.
because they're in the final.
We talk about all the time, these teams who aren't near qualifying by consistency in the last game must put everything on the line, and that is a team that did just that. But for the teams who are left, the teams who will want to get into the top...
Maybe if you say pause broadcast, you can change your names while you're in the game.
Yeah, that might work.
And then it continues. You just don't have to close them.
Yeah. But I'm thinking you should move over to Twitch, bro.
But I'm not sure if they're gonna show us NA. We're gonna have to see that beforehand.
You have to wait an hour. I mean,
it's fine with me. We can get out.
When Kidio took out that MDS, bro, that then I knew the lower ground. In every single match, lower ground took the upper hand.
Apologies, I just jumped in late, but I showed you the two most important matches.
Every one of them were important.
I was asleep.
Like, how can you say that? Every one of them were important. The top 6 teams.
No, the last 2 are mostly important because that's when everybody needs to win.
You know, bro, it started heating up from match 4. I can tell you that much.
Listen to me, boy. You want to drink my pee right now? I'm bringing my pee over there.
Coming in super strong in day number 2, and of course, Taco gets her first prediction right.
Hey, they say third time's the charm for a reason. I had full faith, never had a doubt for a second.
I knew it from yesterday, bro. Like,
it was hard for anybody else to even doubt at home whether or not this team would be able to qualify into the finals. I mean, a first place finish here in the
definitely, like, they didn't win, but still, they had a first. Like, watch that play, bro. It was so clean. Like, Hen played like his ass, but Savage was on point.
We're just going to try and shake things up, show how good we are, put our stamp on that layer.
So incredible. If
Show
you're
us.
just tuning in, you missed out on 6 wild games, but our in-game team has a recap of all of the victory royales. Over to you guys.
Thank you very much, Zeke. Look, the weather forecast for today, it was an absolute heat wave. So many teams absolutely on fire, and to kick off the day, it was a brilliant executed win from Climberry and Marco.
It started off so strong, but with 185 and his duo partner taking game 2 as well, I mean, it was always like the hype levels just stayed at the top.
Yeah, I believe from the 6th zone, I think it was, where he solo closed his way to Victor. Of course, game number 3, Fast Roki and Kylie.
Oh, yeah.
Ultimately seen Shizo and Force be another team, right? A team that didn't look like they
Was jullie dan uitgeplakt, bro?
top 6 by consistency, but still a game was
I don't know.
Of course, then you had Jones Yandy, which, you know, personally, big fan of that. Of course, Yandy as well, finally being able to
Okay, I'm gonna plug it out, yeah?
But then the final game took off.
The final game, I mean, I can't
Can you plug it into the little white cable?
No.
Okay.
An opportunity no matter where you are on the leaderboard, and that's exactly what they capitalized on, qualifying through the victory royale.
So dope, man. What a great day of Fortnite. Now, that's the 6 victory royales, but don't forget, the top 6 on the leaderboard will also go to
This was a beautiful ending. Highlights, let's get it. At the top, my brother's favorite at Mr. Savage and Gildan. Oh, Stormy made it, bro. Stormy's made it. What? Bro, that was like fucking far down.
Sometimes the best, it still finishes in technically last place because he wasn't in the top 6. Sorry to say, man. I don't know what else.
Hannah Mr. Savage, though, great day for them. I mean, we can't ignore the fact that they surprised us all. You could say, I mean, of course, the analysts have talked about it a lot, about how they've been playing as solos. They haven't had the best season when it comes to placements, performances, but they've really elevated themselves today. They've really shown what they can do. They're not 2 individuals. They've sort of formed. They've surged together as a duo. Finally, they're a duo. This is crazy.
I mean, that's what you love about Fortnite. It's about adapting.
And utterly disagree. They're still not pulling together as a duo. They need to go and practice now till tomorrow morning, and then they play once again. in the semi-final or in the finals rather, and they need to keep on practicing because they need to pull together. I don't feel the chemistry in that team, bro. I honestly do not feel the chemistry.
Big props.
You know what this means for all of us here for the first time this season? Our predictions were all right. That's right. We all guessed correctly, which means I get a W.
For one.
Paco gets a W for one. Which, you know, means we all have at least a W.
At least we thought for ourselves.
Yeah, I know. We weren't really...
Oh, that Joey Finn, that guy, woo. That was a beautiful win.
He was like, it's Joe, it's Zian, and then Rose was like, oh yeah, sounds good, copy pasta.
Oh yeah, it's good, copy positive.
You know, it looked like we might have jumped on the bandwagon, but really, we knew what was going to happen.
Oh yeah, we knew it was happening. The one thing that you can guarantee about the three of us is that when we saw Mini Miner put in a prediction, we're not like this guy.
This person has every fucking emote I have, except this one.
But for a prediction, I'm sorry.
Well, they won today. You got to be realistic here. 0 without Chapix or Ziandi. What I really like about this as well, me and Reese are talking about it in the back there. Of course, Ziandi changed his name. He was 0 without Chapix. And in game number 5, when they won, guess who was coaching him? It was Chapix.
Who's coaching him? Tell us.
Was coaching them to victory, so he was quite literally 0 without Chapix until that game number 5 victory. Couldn't be more happy.
Change the name back.
Yeah. Yeah, Chapix. Well done, Chapix. You help out.
Oh, okay, all right, that's fair. Anyway, we hope you guys have enjoyed the action today. Remember, we're back tomorrow for more, and of course, the last opportunity to make the finals.
Also, there's only tomorrow left, so there's 3 days. Tomorrow is the final day of the semifinals, so yeah.
Are you sure it's not 4 days?
No, it seems like tomorrow's the last day. I don't know exactly why, but they say tomorrow is the last chance. So
okay.
Yeah, I'm up for that. Like, yeah, Legends Landing.
Legends Landing all the way.
So I'm not sure if NA East is actually going to allow us to see the stream. I don't know. We're already broadcasting about 8,000 kilometers. That's about 5,500 miles away from you guys. So thank you everyone for watching. I do apologize. I don't know, Fortnite's streaming servers in Legends Landing is not all perfect. When people with lower ping that lives in, I don't know, like some rural section of the world joins the session, it brings the ping absolutely to like 333, which makes it absolutely crappy. But once we reach that 180, 190, we pretty much have a brilliant stream running. Once again, I'm RU Viral. Thank you very much. Thank you to _. That you should change that name. You should need to make it easier.
No, I can't, because I made my first YouTube is Clintio, and I deleted a whole bunch of videos when I did GTA, so it just fucked that whole channel up. And I can't delete it because I can't remember the password.
But anyway, that was super. But anyway, I'm RU Viral _. Remember to hit that subscribe button. Turn on my post notifications. I do post quite a bit of videos, and there's so much more coming. We have
no, that's my Twitch. Actually, my YouTube is Clint, yo.
Oh well, so he's the one that's being fucked up. But anyway,
up my Twitch name.
Anyway, Fortnite competitive. This has been FNCS semi-final day Europe number 2. Like I said, I'll try to get NA East up just now. I'm not sure.
We're gonna get into. We're gonna have to change locations maybe.
Yeah, I will switch over to America. I really need to go and see.
I'll stay in Europe, and then just maybe we're lucky they stream it on this platform too. I mean, it is semi-finals, but they didn't give us Oceania, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, Oceania definitely didn't work. Asia.
But I'm pretty sure Asia it's because of, you know, those presidents and all that shit. I'm not getting into politics, but everybody knows what they know.
Yeah, no.
Thanks for watching, motherfuckers.
Yeah, and like always, I'll see you guys in the next stream. I'll really try and pick it up this week. We need to get some watch time. You guys have been amazing. Since I told you guys I'll reach 1,000 followers, we already went up by 70 more subscribers on YouTube.
I still need 80.
We're just over 3,000 hours away from that actual membership. So thank you very much.
Dancing XP, bro.
Okay.
Dancing XP.
All right,
Show everybody.
Let's just go and get some extra XP quickly. Why not?
Here
Why
we
not?
go.
Manda, let's go.
First you start, you get 10k, and then it just ease up 19.
Okay, let's see if we can actually.
I marked it for you.
I'm here.
You show anonymous. Why did you change your name to anonymous? You know they're not gonna pick you up on the tournaments we play.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Now I'm pretty sure I'm just anonymous in this lobby.
No. You are not showing your name. They won't count your points.
Okay, let me just get my dancing points or my XP rather on the VIP dance floor, and then I will switch it once we go back to the lobby. I do apologize. You guys should be able to see on my stream. I am RU viral. That's RU the letters viral underscore.
Look in front of him. It's Glendio. That's yeah, baby.
So yeah, that was quite a bit of XP. I do appreciate that. I don't know, like one of the persons inside this lobby.
There must be someone in our region playing there, and then
that guy has 110 eliminations. That myth guy, like, how long have you been playing box fight, dude? There was just a semi-final 6-game match running right above you.
Let's box fight someone. You want to?
No, thank you. I'm out, everybody. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next stream.
Can't even click it. This is some BS.